15 years ago, the Alliance was rocked by the shocking revelation that Beacon Medical Institute had long been hiding a terrible secret behind its training reputation. The story of their corruption and horrific experimentation has been spread far and wide, while some of the details were kept from the public to allow the victims their privacy. This includes the story of the hacker who broke out, taking with her proof of what Beacon had been up to. It includes the captain, who happened to pick up the hacker's signal, rescuing her before she could get caught. And it includes the heroes who went in afterwards to secure the station, before the scientists in charge could discover the breach and scrub the project in its entirety. Today, we tell their story. Are we ready to continue on to the technical wing?
I think so. Was there nothing? Did we look around this medical bay? We got a lot of story information for sure. I'm just wondering if we need to do any other checks or anything.
It was just records and the security controls. There's no actual medical equipment in here. That isn't the wing. That is on the other side of the door. That you feel like if you open that door, that would set off all kinds of alarms.
Ah, okay, then yeah.
Also, you figure the other teams have probably detached those arms already.
Got it.
But
okay.
even as they're detached, there's still a remote detonation to worry about. So you have removed that worry.
So we open the door, things blow up, but we're also out in space.
Yeah, I think, shall we keep going? If, this is one. We did the first one with the samurai. This one with the mechanoid. That leaves one more, right?
Is it going to be a cowboy?
I hope so. That would be... We have a spaceman. I mean, it might be a pirate. It could also be pretty cool.
Ooh, a space pirate. That'd be great.
My goodness.
Technically, there's two more.
Oh.
The technical wing and whatever the central...
Yeah, the central security node, which you have not gotten access to yet.
So then maybe it will be a cowboy and then a pirate.
And a pirate, yeah.
Yeah. I envy your imagination.
This old thing served me well, I guess. He starts to blush very hard.
The scales.
Yeah.
You ever seen a lizard blush?
It's terrifying. That's where I get advantage on intimidation checks.
She's gonna reach up and then pick a piece of metal off your shoulder, just brush it off from where the head of the mechanoid exploded.
Oh, thank you. Blushes even more. I don't know. This kind.
Your lizard is turning purple.
You have a fever, or?
Doctor, yeah, something's wrong. I feel something in my stomach. It feels weird. There's like a butterflies in there.
Glorp and Tyburn, roll me retroactive insight checks.
Alright.
It's happening.
Natural one.
That's a 14.
For an 11.
If it's on Sataya, they have disadvantage because of my Puka stone.
Hell yeah.
Well, also,
Hell yeah.
I just don't think they're going to be able to get much from you. But, Velkith, roll a deception check to show how well you've been hiding the fact that you have a big crush on your captain.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you right now. My addition to, or my modifier to deception is extreme. It was a 0. So I feel like that's very in character. Well, it's 16.
Hey.
Maybe he doesn't even know. Maybe he's been deceiving himself this whole time. Until this exact moment. Boy.
So, the two of you have probably seen
Velka have this reaction before, and you still haven't put together why. Just sometimes blushes.
Telepathically to Tyburn, I think Velkath might have a crush on you.
What?
I don't know, like he's blushing, fur around. I don't know.
No, he just does that.
I mean, I've never really seen him flirt before, so maybe, I don't know.
Is there like anything in the room that's
Right,
like...
but for a second there, I thought you said float, not flirt, and same.
Well, I've seen him float. We just did plenty of times in space.
When you're in love, you just float. Is there anything like heavy looking around? Like just like a stack of chairs or something?
I mean,
No.
there's a big automaton.
There's the big robot pieces out in the hallway.
Just picks it up and starts to mumble to himself. I don't like feelings. Just gotta pick things up and put them.
Just pick up some robot arms as you go into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I need another round of stealth checks.
Yes, bring that in here.
Oh,
please.
all right. And he just giggles.
Yeah, clear the hall,
Leaves it in the room. You said stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 13. But then also
36.
or 23.
Pass without a trace.
But with disadvantage. 23 with disadvantage. Yo, pass without a trace is amazing.
Great.
OP.
We have got 23,
Yes.
27, 36, and 24.
Pretty good.
Where'd everybody go? Where did I go? Oh my goodness.
The surveillance drone doesn't notice you. You're able to get by this one with no problem as you creep down the long, dark metal hallway towards the technical wing security control.
All right.
And I'm assuming once again Zatea's going in first.
Yeah.
The drone just sticks around, right?
Yeah, I'll see. How long does that actually last? Oh, it lasts for a minute. He's
Oh.
gone.
Okay, yeah.
Dude's gone.
He had to go recharge.
Yeah.
The
He's
data
finished.
ghost lasts an hour, but
So Zatea,
Yes.
perception check.
Got you.
Let's go, Zatea.
Amplify. Get a D4.
Cool. I also have advantage, so.
We're not failing this one.
34.
You start to crack the door open and you see there's another mech in this room.
Oh, this guy again.
Before the door's open enough for it to spot you.
Cool. Can I get a shot off at it before it sees us?
Yeah.
Nice.
My 8d6 death strike is fucking amazing.
It is.
20 to hit.
Ooh.
That hits.
Technically, that attack would have advantage because it hasn't noticed me, right?
Yeah. Has no idea you're there.
See if you get that nat 20.
Still a 20.
Still works.
That still hits. So give me the damage.
Let's see. Base damage is max 11
Ooh.
plus 8d6, another 25 for 36 total.
Nice.
Wow.
So crack open
Ow.
the door, spot it.
Are you going for like hands, feet? What are you aiming for roughly?
It would just be a trunk shot, just center mass.
You blow like a chunk out of its side. Staggers.
Yeah, and then shut the door open all the way and
Whoa.
dash
We're
to the
going.
computer because we've now got a countdown going, I'm sure.
It's go time.
We follow the crew of Eramus Kai as they veer left for the technical research wing. And Morgan, would you like to describe what this ship looks like? What do we see?
The Eramus Kai is an old but well-built spacecraft, measuring about 30 meters, which is about 98 feet in length. It was originally a streamlined metallic white hull with reflective surface, but as time has progressed, many of the ship's pristine white panels have slowly been replaced with reds, yellows, teals, and purples, whatever the crew could find. The spaceship's design is a mix of functionality and comfort. It is the perfect ship for a crew like this.
Yeah. You work with a larger fleet. You have worked together some, not on missions quite like this before, but before we get into what exactly you'll be doing, as the camera zooms in through the hull of this cheerful-looking little patchwork ship, who do we see inside?
All right, I am Morgan with Mindfully Mondays. You can check us out, mindfullymondays.com. My character is Captain Davrax Rihu. And Captain Davrax Rihu is commanding the ship at this moment. Alongside him is the first mate, Starburst.
Right, I guess that means it's my turn. Hi everybody, I'm Fennec Foxfire. I go with she, they pronouns. You can find me on the Nerdsmith Network doing things, or here on Pseudonym Social when Brianna kidnaps me to do things such as this. I'll be playing Starburst today. The Ashenforge first mate sits at about 5'10", long white hair pulled into a simple braid, just kind of simple-ish gear, just tinkering on a panther-like drone next to her that's decked out in these ornate blue plates, and just looks around at our other two crew members, just tilting head, very confused. Do we know where we are going?
Davrax, he's about average height. He's about 5'10", but his skin is a deep, deep blue. He wears black space leathers, just comfortable, just like a captain of like a mercenary vessel like this might wear. You know, think like Han Solo kind of stuff, those kind of clothing. He just kind of sits in that. He does actually have like a vest, like a hoodie, like no sleeves on it, and it does have a hood. And a lot of times when he gets off the ship, he does put it up just to keep people from getting all in his face and seeing who he is, and just likes his privacy when he's off the ship. But that's kind of what he wears, and that's what he looks like. Just tall, well, average height and blue. And there you go.
I'm Jess, pronounced she, her. I also do some shows here on Pseudonym Social, and I'm usually found over on Ballad of the Seven Dice, where I'm on a couple of their shows. As lovely and streamlined as Starburst is, the camera pans and you see Brinley, who is pushing 60, human woman, short, cropped silver hair, very much looks like she's been out in the sun without sunscreen way too long. Her trooper suit is just this old silver burnished metal that's definitely seen better days, definitely had different teams and fleets, like the symbols and the names like painted on and then scraped off, and then a new one painted on and scraped off. And she's just checking her drones, and unlike Starburst's lovely, beautiful panther drones, Brins are literally just orbs, just beat up, dented circles, and they're kind of hovering around her, and one of them she's just aggressively taking a screwdriver to.
Hey, it's kept you alive this far, so it's gotta be something to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Look, there's something to be said versus a Toyota versus a Tesla, all right?
Yeah.
I'm Michael Schofield, he, him. I lurk on Pseudonym Social Discord, and I think the main thing that I am currently working on is an audio drama called The Thief. That's desperately looking for its audience at thiefpodcast.com. It's very good. You should check it out.
Can confirm, it's good.
As the camera just kind of like zooms out a little bit from its like close cut on Bryn Lee. Like one of these drones is kind of orbiting, just nearly misses my Dovel's face, and I have to kind of back up. I'm like, whoa. Because I've been hovering too close. I'm like really invested in whatever she's doing. Dovel Ayalu is also human. Not a very tall, like a 5'6", ginger auburn complexion. you can kind of like read his lack of ambition in his just presence here, because he's been in sort of an intern role for a long time, but he's probably in his like mid-30s. And he's just kind of like happy to be here. And in fact, I think when he kind of backs up and he sees maybe that Davrix is or the cat, because he has trouble pronouncing his name, maybe adjusts his vest. Davul, thinking that was a really cool effect, is also wearing a vest. His is orange and like kind of like a Marty McFly, like neon bright orange. And unlike Bryn, who has like all of these amazing patches, he only has like one, like right here. It says like the Eramus Kai. And so he's just sort of like in the way. So he's just kind of like backing out as these drones kind of fly violently close to his face.
Davul, sit down.
I just take a seat.
Do we have our mission already? To Starburst's question when they asked that question.
Yes. So there was not a lot of time to come up with a plan, because there's a high likelihood that given someone recently broke out of the beacon. So Tali is the one that escaped. Spectra rescued her. Spectra is deeply concerned that when Beacon finds out, they will scrub everything. And no one knows what all that includes. So, given the short time period and the fact that y'all were nearby, the head of your fleet ordered all of you onto the Eramus Kai to go and secure the technical research wing. There is an internal system that you can use to detach from the security hub, as well as security controls inside. So you should be able to interact and take care of those, but also you don't know a whole lot about what's going to be on the inside. So Beacon has released a lot of different promotional materials that give a behind-the-scenes view of this wing, where they reportedly are researching innovations in biotech. It's not uncommon for research companies to keep something secret, but you definitely feel like what's going on here is beyond what most companies keep secret. So you have no idea what they've been actually researching. But you're the best tech your fleet has to offer, so you were volunteered to secure and investigate whatever projects you can find. You've been advised to tread cautiously because no idea what they're working on, though you do know that sometimes scientists will leave some of the devices on when they go away on their down cycle.
Yeah. Starburst, we're heading to Beacon Station. The fleet has volunteered us to go there. So be prepared. We do not know what we're getting into. Are we waiting for the security team to secure it before we go in, kind of thing?
It's everyone's going in at the same time.
Yes, we plan to hit this place at the same time from 3 fronts. We are to secure the technical wing.
It's your classic smash and grab. And I kind of like finish just twisting the guts of this drone, and I kind of click the 2 sides of it back together, and I let it go, and it hovers around me with the other ones.
Do your drones have names?
Yeah. They totally have names that I'm not making up right now. Yeah, it's Tiny and Little Bit and Big Shot.
Love it.
We've done several missions together. I know that Bryn is quite familiar with this type of work. But what about you, Starburst and Davul? Have you done, as Bryn said, smash and grab before?
So I think as you could look up, Davul has gotten back up, and once Bryn had clarified that this is a smash and grab, you see him clipping on his armor jacket, looking really uncomfortable. I think he just says, he's like, I can't say that I do a lot of smashing. It seems like an awful waste of excellent research, and I think I open up like a Beacon Station like brochure. It says they do like innovation here, so maybe we can go light on the destruction. I have an almost half empty storage locker.
I just look at Bryn.
I look back at you over I'm wearing aviator sunglasses too. Just
Nice.
over those. And I'm like, Dovel's driven the ship on the car on a couple smash and grabs. I didn't really tell him the details of what we were doing, but he came in and out all right. He's still here. Still here.
Starburst.
Smash and grab. This would break normal. You were talking thievery?
Perceptive, yes.
Then yes, I have done much thievery.
Good. Sounds good. I think we'll.
Love hearing that.
I think we'll be good. Davil's already preparing. He's got his armor on. We should be good. But in doubt, Davil, listen to Bryn. She knows.
You are actively approaching the wing.
Yeah.
I would hope you're preparing.
Yeah.
You're getting close.
Oh, yeah. As we're getting close, I am checking so many things, and I have so much stuff just built into my trooper suit, and so many little just compartments that pop up, and like a little device just pops out, and I check it, and I plop it back in, and I plop the other side back in. And if it's just me and Dole for a second, I'm like, all right, kid. So I know this wasn't how we were supposed to be spending this weekend. I know we were supposed to be finishing up those new satellites, and that was supposed to be it. And we were gonna shake hands, and I was gonna hit up my condo on Aphrodite on those beaches, finally. But we gotta do this job. And once it's done, and I kind of hit you real hard on the shoulder. Once it's done,
Ugh.
you'll be a certified engineer.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I want to clarify that I have multiple engineering certifications. I'm just really happy to, see this like go off with a bang. It's like you deserve like the memories. I've kind of been like, I don't know. You have this like thing on your desk. It's kind of like a potted plant, and I was just wondering that like if when this is all over, if you will like leave that. I haven't been able to find something like similar at all in any of the shops.
My cactus?
Cactus. Fascinating. I don't know.
Oh, you ain't been to any of the tourist shops on Hephaestus. Okay, yeah, sure. If you want the cactus, that can be your parting gift. But yeah, after this, I'm out, and you're welcome to do whatever you want with that cactus, actually. But I just need you in fighting form for this.
Yeah, you've got it. And I pull up like a hood that I had like fabricated just like the caps.
While this conversation is going on, Starburst is just head tilt for a minute, then head tilt again, looks at the cactus, leans over, ow, and pokes herself on it. Is good self-defense, this plan.
Yep, they're hardy. And like as I say that, like a very big gun comes out of my shoulder, and I kind of like check some buttons on it, and it just folds back up into my shoulder.
We make a really unlikely pair. So I didn't even know you had that thing.
14 missions and you still didn't know she had that. I love that.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta keep your eyes open. What am I always telling you?
You're always like, Devil, get your head out of those space operas and focus on the job. And I think as you do it, I literally take off like one of my lenses. So.
But the Cleanup Crew is such a good show.
There is normally more swearing when she says this.
She must be in good mood today. This is your last mission, correct?
This is it. This is gonna be it for me. I'm finally gonna hang up the old drones and retire.
Good for you. Sad for us, but good for you. Perhaps we should have what you humans call cake before you go.
Yeah, I'd rather have a shot, but
That works better for me.
we can have some cake.
Why not both?
A flu shot?
The beverages, the drinks.
Oh,
I kind of lean down to the captain, and I'm like, you and I'll have a shot.
Sounds good.
They can have some cake.
I look at Starburst and I'm like, you and I, we'll have cake.
just two thumbs up, looking confused, and looks down at the Panthers. I do not understand this ritual.
over the next 5 minutes, I will DM you pictures of cake.
Oh, the sugary substance.
That's awesome.
But before the retirement party, you all have a job to do.
Yep.
And according to the information you have, the best way to get into the tech wing is they actually have a cargo hold that you can land a ship in. Because it's where they get the equipment and things in and out. And sometimes they do get shipments of things while they're in a down period. So it is relatively easy to open and get access to. And part of the intel you were given includes the access codes.
Can one of you input the access codes? We're coming up on the gate here.
I'm going to let there be a pregnant pause and I'll be like, I'll do it. And I slide into my station and rat-a-tat-tat on the keyboard.
Yeah, this team is great. Y'all are precious.
We're the bless your heart team.
We really are.
Yes.
That is our team name. Bless
Yes.
your heart.
Bless your heart.
I think while they're inputting the codes, and since I'm kind of on the standby, that's when you see Davrax reach into his station and begin pulling out his gear. I mean, he has most of his gear on, but his weapons, you see him, he pulls out his laser pistol, makes sure it's ready to go, holsters it, and then you see him grab energy staff. I think mine would be more like a collapsible one, and you pop it in, and so I can hook it on the belt easily, and not have this big clunky staff. And then he puts on some power gauntlets as well. So you see him wearing some gauntlets in case things get real rough and he needs to come down to that. As soon as the codes are in, I think I'm good to go. And yeah, I think we just wait to see if the code's clear.
Yeah. You enter the codes. It takes a second. There's a couple moments where you're not entirely sure. You're a little paranoid that something's going to pop out and shoot you all, but the door's just slow to open.
I think when he's typing it in and there's that pause, I look over at Brendan and I just go, "Double, you have this correct. We're good."
Oh, yeah, I forgot. And I just hit enter.
I just look at you, Bren.
Precious.
And I feel like if there's a hero moment where people are starting to stand up, I want to be in the back, and I forgot to get my pistol, so I go over to my locker. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, Starburst will get up and pat the three Panthers, which are Nova, Umbra, and Sombra.
Love that. Also, you have 3?
You get 3 drones.
Yeah.
You get 3 uses of it, so we're just each individually, instead of just having one, just 3 of them.
I think Panther's a little bit bigger than a drone, but maybe they're the little flying Panthers.
House Panther.
Yes, they're the size of house cats and they fly. That's adorable.
I love it.
And they're all named after different, Umbra and Sombra are Shadow, and then Nova is a type of star.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love that. So once everyone double checks that they have all of their stuff and the ship is docked in this cargo hold, you get the door shut and the room repressurizes because air is important.
I don't know if it matters, but when we come in, I kind of want to make sure I turn around and face us going out, so when we leave, we can just go. We don't have to back out of the hull. And plus, that way, if we load anything in, we can just bring it straight on versus having to go around to the back and bring it on.
Give me a piloting check.
Oh, see, it does matter. All right, I rolled a 14, and I have a +4 for dex, so 18.
You have to kind of pull back out and readjust slightly once or twice, but backing in with this ship into an unfamiliar cargo hold, it's a little awkward, but you're able to get it pretty quickly.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be a hard check, but that also would have been really funny if you failed.
Just doing
Right
that-
off from the back,
that
right off from the
8-point
back.
turn.
Just crunch.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Austin Powers with where he's trying to back it and he can't in the little lane. Yeah, that's what I imagine. We should be good. I guess I would check, make sure everything's pressurized inside the the cargo hold now before we step out and like breathe in space?
Yeah. Your external ship sensors read as good. Additional checks read as good, and you are able to exit.
I'm definitely taking point. I am in the front. My 3 drones are kind of in a triangle around me, slowly going around me, and I have like my arm out with like a little green beam coming out of it, like my accuracy laser. And as soon as we're in, like as soon as my boots hit the ground, I activate my rig expansion, and it just raises my AC. Armor, basically, that same green energy, like a wave of light, like goes over me. You all know that means my armor is up, so like I am prepared.
When it comes to the 2 doors, do you want to go through the door that would be behind the ship or the one beside the ship?
Do we have like some idea of like the insides a little bit? We don't know what's in here, but
You can context clues.
Yeah.
Where you are in the ship. You can imagine the one beside the ship probably leads to some kind of hallway. You're not sure what the one behind the ship would lead to.
I think it might be better not to just jump out into the hallway. Perhaps we should check the other room first.
That would be smart. Be smart, Captain. And I'll check that.
So you're going to investigate the door.
Is the door locked?
Give me an investigation.
Can do that.
I'll have my laser pistol out for the moment, just to kind of cover in case anything goes wrong when this door opens.
Okay, cool. That is a 23.
Ooh. Brought the hotness there with that. That is a good investigation.
It does not appear to be locked. You can tell that it has a seal on it, which is standard for the door leading to the cargo hold, but it does not appear to be locked.
Okay. I open it and then immediately check basically all the corners.
Same. As soon as the door opens, I'll go in with you. Like, you take the left, I take the right kind of thing.
Yes.
Give me those investigation checks.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, I thought you said perception.
Perception is correct. I said the wrong thing.
Okay.
So perception?
I got a 22.
I'll roll on here as well. There we go.
I will say Starburst is sending Umbra to just kind of float behind Doval, just to make sure there's a babysitter.
You just have a tiny floating panther just padding through the air behind
It
you.
eventually will like settle on like his shoulder.
That's adorable. So as you look around, this room is empty. Looks like this is a place where they have a lot of records, probably where people would check in and keep track of inventory, matching it against things that have been ordered to verify that they got what they ordered, so on and so forth. But it's empty, and there's a door ahead, and once again a door to the right. And I assume the other 2 are following.
Yeah, I feel like after like the other 2 kind of just like disappear like on the other side of the door, I look back over at Starburst and I just saunter in.
Sighs and follows. I wanted to watch my shows today. Oh well.
I feel like backstory, you and I are totally loving on one of like the same like space operas that are out there at the moment.
The cleanup crew.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
talking about the latest episode.
So is this paper records or terminals?
Weirdly, there's a lot of paper records here. It's almost like they didn't want a digital copy that people could easily access of what they've been ordering.
Ooh.
I
That
was
is
gonna say-
very weird.
I'm telling you, man. Right there. We're on the same wavelength. 'Cause that's what I was going to ask about this with the stuff in this room.
Yeah, I think we've checked it and we notice it's just actual file cabinets and actual paper. And I'm like, you don't keep records on paper unless you don't want anyone to find it.
Perhaps we should look at this for a little bit and see if there's anything of note or valuable interest to the fleet.
Yeah. I approach one of the filing cabinets with a sense of disgust. I'm like, ugh, paper? Can I look through one of the filing cabinets and just kind of like look through some of the papers?
Dust, you sneeze.
Yeah. They do appear very well used and like they're often used. There's probably also like a couple of computer terminals as well, so it looks like they do have digital copies of some things. There's 3 filing cabinets full of files and papers and records, and it's just like...
Out of the corner of my eye, I immediately see a terminal. I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I just go over to the terminal. And can I don't know. I'm going to tap the screen and see if it asks for a password or something.
Give me a computers check.
Dirty 20.
Password's not that hard to guess. Because someone left it on a sticky note. You imagine they're not used to people. It's like, it was hidden under the mouse pad, so it was like at least kind of hidden, but also.
I'm like, ugh, technical team, huh? I type in the password. Tap, tap, tap.
I look at the little thing as you're typing in. Somebody does not practice good OpSpec here.
That kind of stops my tangent. I actually stopped looking, and I'm like, and this is why I want you guys all to, when we have another opportunity, to review that slide deck that I sent you all about good operational security. Some of you aren't taking. Sorry.
I start snapping, like really, like the like mom snap, for you to like get back on track, and I'm just like,
right. Sorry.
Double get downloading.
If we don't have time to really look through these papers, I could move them onto the sheet with my mind.
What?
Telekinesis. I can lift up to like 1,000 pounds and move it for 10 minutes. So I can move these things and put them in the ship so we can go through it later if we don't have time to.
Would be good to have concrete evidence. I can keep a lookout. Doval, you can download anything that might be on that terminal. Starburst, you're with me.
Okay.
We'll cast it. 7 points. But I will cast it.
So you're just telekinesis all 3 file cabinets into the cargo hold of your ship.
Yes. Whew.
Yeah, it's just like, it's weird. It's real weird.
It's weird.
And for Doval, as you were seeing what's on this, like what they have in the digital records, give me an investigation check.
A 26.
Nice. So on the surface level, a lot of like the materials and components that they're buying seem pretty standard for a technical research company, especially someone that works in biotech. But as you keep digging, you start noticing there are some things that are controlled and limited in how much you could buy because it can be possibly dangerous in different amounts or it's rare. And you see evidence that they have been getting around a lot of different rules and laws that are in place for good reasons to amass these materials. And give me a medicine check.
Me again? Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Whopping +1 here.
As you're looking at like it's materials and different kinds of technology.
13. I have a xenobiology. That's if that's relevant.
Yeah, xenobiology actually potentially makes more sense. If you want to roll that
one
instead.
So the medicine was 13.
Oh.
Well, you see, the xenobiology turned out to be a 4.
Yeah. You're not sure how this works with biotech or what this has to do with biotech, because you're pretty sure this stuff doesn't have to do with like things that go inside of people. But you're not overly familiar with what they could be used for in this amounts. And it's not just like raw materials, but it's also different like types of tech.
Gotcha.
Amplifiers and so forth. It's just, it's weird.
Yeah, and I think I kind of like exert as much like as I'm typing. I'm like, ooh, Captain, they're doing something illegal here. Tap, tap, tap. I don't know what this means. That's my nat 1 I just rolled. But Yeah, and I kind of explained that.
As you said it to me, I just, because I'm moving stuff with my mind, I go, the show's Starburst and Bren. Maybe they can figure it out. I'm not done moving these stuff at the moment.
Trying to not drop the filing cabinets.
I almost dropped it.
And so I'm like, oh, sorry, boss, and I think that's how I call Brinley here. I'm like, oh, you want to look over my shoulder for a sec? This is weird.
I look over it and my eyes just glaze, and I'm like, looks like a grocery list.
Give me medicine or xenobiology.
Sure, Starburst will become the third head that's peeking on your shoulder because you have Umbra, Braylon, and now Starburst. Medicine or xenobiology, you said?
Yes, whichever one's better.
I got a 16 for medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for a grocery list.
21.
Between the two of you looking over at this, a lot of the stuff has to deal with things that would affect the mind. And Starburst specifically notices that it's some of the stuff Starburst realized could be used in conjunction to impact more than just potentially just one person's mind or impact more than one race at a time.
That is unfortunate that they want to use crowd control in such a way.
Well, that seems downright nefarious.
But the stuff that they say that they're working on, none of the stuff that they are publicly talking about working on has anything to do with any of this stuff.
There's nothing about this in the brochure. I just turn away from the computer.
There are some things about tech that interfaces with the brain. Biotech needs to integrate with the mind and the body, but this is more of an external focus, which isn't something they normally do.
Novel, I believe this is like season 4, where they had the illegal experiments.
I'm just so disappointed that there just isn't higher moral standing in these capitalist companies. Here, I'll just download this. I'm sure the Cap will need it later.
Give me a computer check as you attempt to download.
I don't like that I can fail it. Okay, at 23.
And after you roll that 1, you just feel like, oh god, please, not another bad roll.
He just hits delete.
You're able to download. You aren't able to do it in a way that someone else might not notice.
Oh, I didn't like. As it's like downloading, I'm just like, I come to that realization, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't think about trying to hide the fact that I was downloading all of this.
Well, I mean, they're gonna notice their file cabinets are gone, so I think we're a little past that.
But for other rooms, perhaps we try to hide what we do. But for this one, it does not matter at this point.
Yeah, everyone's always missing stuff out of the garage.
Does anybody know where my filing cabinet went?
This whole time, I've been like pacing from the doors, and I'm like as soon as that dings, I'm like, all right, let's move.
Next door? The one behind us, or to the hallway now?
We don't need to be out in the hallway yet.
I agree.
All right.
So, as you approach the other door, give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
You hear the humming of a couple different electronic devices, some that are pretty large scale, and you hear the sound of heavy metallic footsteps. They appear to be on the other side of the room, though.
Okay.
It's a big room.
Okay. I'm kind of kneeling down and listening at the door. I'm like, all right, sounds like machinery running, possibly running experiments. There is someone in there. Sounds very large. They are on the opposite side of the room.
Large in what way? Do you mean like big person or?
Big person, big machine. Do they sound like they're patrolling, or do they sound like they're like working on something?
It sounds like a patrol.
Okay.
Those footsteps are measured in a way that they are patrolling.
They're definitely patrolling.
And the door is locked, but it has it has like an electronic lock on it.
Okay, so we can
hackable.
hack it. Going guns blazing.
Perhaps we wait till they sound a little bit more distant, maybe off to the side, then we open and try to get the jump on them. If they are robots or some sense, perhaps they can communicate to one another. If we go in guns blazing, they may alert the entire station.
No one ever lets me go in guns blazing.
Yeah, it's like as y'all are discussing like kicking down the door and stuff, I'm looking at the corners of the room that we're presently in. Is there like a common surveillance system in here? Are there cameras?
Give me a perception check.
Oh wow, my perception's awful. Ooh, well, a 3.
You're fine. There's no surveillance in this room. It's totally fine.
Not at all.
We're talking about, I see Davil just staring up. Davil, over here, pay attention. I don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Like I'm like, no, it's so strange that like for a technical wing that there's like no surveillance. I wanted to see if, there was some alternative to y'all kicking down the door, but I put my hands up and I just take like 5 steps back.
I'm like, we're not kicking down the door, and I'm listening, and when the person sounds far away, I do want to try to open the door, hack it open very quietly. Like if there's any like sound it's gonna make, or open it slowly. I'm just trying to open it as stealthily as possible.
Yeah, from what you can tell, it sounds like it is on the far side of the room, getting more distant. You're not sure how big this room is.
Okay.
So roll plus computers unless you have an ability.
I have a hacker's kit.
If when you're using it, you get to add your proficiency to the computer's roll.
Okay. Nat 20. No, that was my hacker's kit.
That's 2 for you, right? That's 2 nat 20s now.
That's 2.
Actually, yeah, no, that's for hacking with the hacker's kit. So, yeah, the dice like you. So you just take one look at this keypad, and it's like, I know this exact model.
In and out.
So you just like...
You help design
So
it.
you just kind of like reach behind it and like pull out a wire and the door unlocks and you're...
It opens silently.
Like, man, I just love to see her work.
It is impressive.
Actually, roll me perception as the door opens and you look around.
I think me and the captain are right by the door, so you can probably look in
I'll look
with
too.
me. Because I got a 12, which is not great.
Ooh, I got a 10.
Well, you see the robot you heard walking around in the corner, but it is patrolling. It doesn't appear to have noticed you yet.
Okay. What else is in here? Just like machines?
It looks like this is potentially used as a testing area. There doesn't appear to be a lot of equipment, but there is a thing on the ceiling. You don't know if that's normally there or if it could be something for like a security precaution, something that'll like deploy a shield or like fire suppressant. There's something on the ceiling.
Okay, since we just got here and we're trying to be stealthy, asking out of character, do we want to fight the robot or try to stop it? Turn it off?
I feel like this is the smart team where we're like, if we cannot lose time...
Are we the smart team?
Okay, let me rephrase that. I feel like this is the team that knows we don't have to damage the tech in order to get around it. We can just shut it off. And
Good point.
I feel like we would be we're just going to turn the light switch off team.
Yes.
I do think whatever we do, not everybody should move into the room if we can avoid that, because we do not know what that does up there.
Good point.
Can I get a stealth roll as you are talking in front of the open door?
My stealth was not very good. It's a 7 for me.
18 for me.
Okay.
The dice love you.
Well, regardless of what the other roles are, you have been noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're standing in the doorway,
we're like to the sides of it.
Something flies into the room with you.
Close the door. Close the door.
It's just too late, and it is going to make 3 attacks.
Oh, shit.
No initiative? We're not really surprised. We know it's there.
With the plasma long blade
Oh, man.
on Dovrax, who was the most obvious.
AC is 14. Actually, I might...
That's a 24 to hit.
Oof.
24 does hit. I want to see something. I have an ability I want to look at real quick here.
I'm just gonna roll the other couple of attacks. 25 to hit.
Does the plasma blade, what kind of damage does it do?
Slashing.
It doesn't do anything like fire, cold, or anything?
It does additional fire.
All right, I'm going to use the first, as soon as it comes out, I'm reacting to it. Mental barrier, other. When I take acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, or radiant damage, you can use your reaction to gain resistance to the triggering damage types. So that way I can try to reduce some of the fire damage.
Cool. Well, all 3 attacks hit. So you get slashed 7 slashing, 5 slashing, and 9 slashing. And then it's also going to do 20 halved, so that's 10 fire damage. How many hit points do you have? I don't want to accidentally.
I have 61 right now before you do that, so.
Okay. So that's 10 fire damage, 5 fire damage, and whatever half of 15 is.
Wow.
Now, I'm down to 38, guys. This thing just messed me up royally.
Okay. What do we see?
This very lithe-looking, dark, metallic automaton figure with these unsettling purple-blue glowing eyes that literally flew into the room and just laid into Dovrax, which was the only one that they noticed at the moment.
Is that what was walking on the other side of the room?
No, that was what you didn't know just inside the corner. It was flying.
Okay.
So let's get that initiative roll.
Yeah, I have alertness, so I have advantage on initiative.
Cool.
Oh my god, why are my rolls so bad right now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going first. Maybe.
Yeah.
I got another nat 20 on initiative.
All right. So, first up in the initiative, Brainley, your captain just got wrecked by a flying robot.
Just shanked. Wow. Okay.
You shouldn't have stolen those filing cabinets.
Also, I don't think we were expecting this level of security in this place. This is a hospital, basically. This is a medical research facility. Wow. Okay, I see that. Wow, is it? Okay, it's right next to me. Okay. Oh, I have so much I can do.
Its feet are not on the ground, but I will say it lowered enough to be able to hit Dovrax. So it is within hit range.
Okay. I can literally try to override this thing, like right now, and try to get it to stop. Or I can wail into it.
Please do.
Yeah, I just immediately... I slam something on my arm, and all of my drones focus on this thing, and green beams come out of all 3 of them. And let's see what happens as I try to control matrix this thing. It has to make a intelligence save of 16?
So it's a 17.
Well, I like to imagine it almost works. The beams come out and they land on this thing. And, like, I don't know what this is, but I'm just trying to override it. And I think for a second, like, it kind of shudders, like it's gonna work. And then what happens?
It just shakes off the effect and turns to look at you.
All right. Y'all hear me say, oh shit.
So it's gonna fly up a bit and shoot you twice with the proton beam.
Okay.
So it's a 21 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
And a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Cool. So it only gets the one shot, so you only take 10 points of radiant damage.
Is there any way I can take a interact action to slam the door? to push the pad and slam the door.
Yeah, also you were able to shut the door as it was attacking Dobrax.
Okay, so the door's closed? Okay.
Yes. You were locked in here in the small room with the samurai.
The flying samurai.
Flying samurai. Okay. Yeah, it shoots me. And yeah, I'm like, we gotta try to stop it.
You were able to get the door shut. Dovel, it's your turn. There's a scary robot wrecking your friend and it just shot your boss.
I feel like what happens is as soon as the captain gets hit, I'm like, ah, and then I see the boss get shot at, and I'm like, oh no. As the automaton kind of levitates, I'm gonna move, I think, a little bit.
Kind of circle around to get her better shot, but also keep your distance.
Yeah, I'm pretty squishy. I only have 2 talent slots, so it's super early. I don't want to do too much. I think I have something basically ultra slender, kind of like a hand screen, maybe kind of like the little iPhone things they have in the Expanse. I kind of pop it open and it unfolds on other sides, kind of like a hologram key interface. And while the 2 physical members of our party are doing stuff, I'm tapping away. And then I try to basically forcefully push the automaton right up into the ceiling.
Slam it into the ceiling?
Yeah. And so that was a 27 to hit, and I have to read the rules. I think there's a strength saving throw.
That's an 11. It fails.
He fails, so I can push the target 10 feet away from me. I'm gonna just push him as far up into the ceiling as possible, I think.
Okay, so you just slam it up to the ceiling. It looks like it also does 2d8 damage.
Right, yeah. So I can roll that real quick.
No, I clicked on it for you.
Oh, you already did it? Oh, my bad. Okay, you take whatever. Sweet.
That's a better roll, so I'll take that, and I'll say I'll click roll criticals, because you got a critical. So that doubles it. So it slams into the ceiling.
Ooh.
It takes 12 force damage. Just boom. And then I'm gonna make it roll a dexterity saving throw to see if it falls. It starts to fall.
I have no bonus actions or anything that I want to do at this moment, so that's my turn.
Hey, you did a good.
You did good.
Starburst, it's your turn.
So yeah, how bad's the captain looking?
Pretty bad. Less than half his health.
Cool. I'm gonna come over and cast stuff on you. Hang on.
You're gonna come over and fix it.
Yeah, I'm actually right next to him, so I'm gonna cast Mend. I'm just gonna do it at 3rd level, and I'll just roll an extra 2d8. 15 plus 7 gives you 22 back.
Thank you very much. That helped.
I think I did math right. I can't remember, but here we are.
Thank you, Starburst. That was very helpful. Oh.
You should not run into blades.
I'll make a mental note of that for next time. Do not run into the blade of robot.
Very good, Captain.
They're talking, and Dobal's just smushing this thing into the ceiling. Just crunching it.
Problems handled.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Yeah, you got anything else you want to do, or is that it?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright. Hey, Delvrax, it's your turn. It's on the ceiling.
Double has a good idea, and I'm going to hit it with a push as well. Just slam it into the I like his idea.
I picture just as it's starting to fall, you go to push it again. I think he doesn't get a strength saving throw. He's falling.
Nice. 15 is a 15 hit?
No.
I'm telling you, these dice don't like me. No, it does not.
15 does not hit the armor class.
Damn.
I would like to posit that being pressed against the ceiling is the same as being flat on the ground, so he should be considered prone.
does push like sustain the pushing, or is it just like a single motion?
It's you hit and then they come. It's like you throw the energy out, hits them, pushes them, and it goes. It doesn't hold.
Oh, you're juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a concentration. I just hit them and let them go, kind of thing.
Yeah. So as you go to push, it misses, and the samurai is able to like catch itself before it hits the ground.
I am going to, before he hits the ground, because he's not within range because he's at the ceiling, right? So as he's coming down, is he within range to hit me as if I was to step back?
Oh yeah, you can step back as it's falling.
Yeah, I'm going to step back right to here. Just enough to where he has to decide who he wants to pursue.
Good call.
Let's destroy this thing quickly. Oh.
All right. Bryn Lee.
Yeah, I think because it's right next to me, I again twist something on my suit, and the end of it almost looks like spikes come out of it, like a really weird power cord. And I'm gonna try to power drain this thing and see if I can turn it off.
Okay.
So let's see. Ooh, that's a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Like my matrix should have worked, and I think again, I go because I know what I'm doing, and this should have worked too.
Give me an insight check, or like engineering
or something. Okay.
Whatever figure it out skill you think makes the most sense.
Yeah. Probably mechanics, because that's my highest.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just a general check.
22.
Maybe your tech-based abilities aren't working because this is not a full-on robot. It's an organic being, a humanoid, in a suit.
Oh, okay. Okay, so when I go to power drain it, I definitely feel this is not a full machine. And I'm sure it does a cool swipe and smacks me away.
Yeah, it just floats back.
Yeah, I skid back and I go, it's not even a machine, this is an organic in a suit.
Good to know.
Anything else, or is that your turn?
That's all I can do. But since now that I know this is not an actual machine, it's on my lower back, and I reach back and I pull out. It looks like a bar at first, but kind of like the captain's staff. It shoots and comes out, and it's a big hammer.
Yes. So it's the samurai's turn. I think what it's going to do...
You're gonna get banned today.
Come at me. Come at me.
Shh, don't say that to him. Shh, don't say that to him. Trust me, it hurts. You don't want him to come after you.
So the samurai just looks at you all for a couple of seconds, like it's sizing you up. Says, prime candidates. And reaches back to open the door.
Double.
It's just gonna fly back into the room, which really you do get an attack of opportunity as it starts to fly into the room.
Yeah, it tries to get away. I have my hammer out.
Stop it!
Yeah, I got a 2.
Oh.
So even with my +8, that's not gonna hit it. So I think I try to slam it and it just gets out of the way and I just smack the floor and just crack it.
It just flies into the room, the door is open, and it looks like it gestures to the big robot over in the corner, turns to look at you. And that's its turn. After it looked at you and said prime candidates and just pieced out. Take from that what you will. Dovel, what are you going to do now?
So I'm in the middle saying, stop it! And the hammer swings by, misses the automaton or the samurai. It nopes out. I just look around, and I guess I can see through this massive door that there's other stuff in there looking our direction. And I just make a gesture, and I trigger the device to shut the door.
close the door and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Go out the other way.
I have to cast it, but there we go. Like it doesn't. I don't know if there's like a thing, but I can trigger the device. So
As he's closing it, can I just give them the bird?
Yes. You give the rudest gesture you can think of as the door closes.
I use my bonus action to like point at the cap, and I was like, nicely done.
Thank you. Oh, that knife.
So that combat's done.
Is there anything I can do with my hacker kit to like make sure they can't open this door again?
Roll to use your hacker's kit to sabotage the door.
Yeah.
Can I help? Like, if I see you taking out that hacker's kit, I'm like, I'm on the same brainwave as you, and I come over there to.
You definitely know what it looks like, and you know what I'm doing.
I still think we could have taken them. Oh, as I say that.
Bleeding on the floor.
You had to take the filing cabinet.
I kind of wish I would have left them. I would have used them as a weapon.
I cast filing cabinet.
Telekinetic throw, baby. Just throw that at him. Boom.
That's a 21 to lock the door.
You get advantage because you're getting help.
Oh.
Ooh, see if you roll higher.
Let's
see. Another nat 20.
Jeez.
That door's never gonna open again.
Oh my god.
My hand is up for a high five.
Not only do you manage to lock this door, you find the trick to director override basically any door you come across.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so we know that room is not safe. I think we should get out in the hallway.
Good call.
We will mark it on the report.
Oh, we're gonna mark it all right. Dang, things out here looking like automatons.
Is there any like markers in this room or anything?
Bryn's just grumbling and complaining.
I want to write on here, you guys are dicks for making these. Just put it on the door. For when they come.
Starburst would have like a bunch of different like Sharpie-esque pens and just hand them over.
Just write it, put it on the door, so when they come back from their vacation, they find this.
Also, Dovel, you asked why to take the filing cabinets. This is a thievery. We take everything.
I just turn around and I hold up my portable hard drive.
Is that also part of thievery?
I don't even know how it just like bricks me. I'm just like.
It can also be broadcast back to the ship. All right, let's get out of here.
Should we lock that door?
That door is super locked.
That door will never open again unless I say so.
Brindley has seized control of all doors.
Yes, all right. Haha. Okay, yeah. Let's head out into the hallway. And, gosh, I guess be way more stealthy now.
Yes, if they have that kind of defense in that room right there, who knows what else they have.
Before we go out this door, maybe I could gather everyone around me. As long as you guys are within like a certain range. I do some tappity taps on my holographic key set. I'm gonna cast Data Ghost. I create a digital mask to hide our presence on any computer system or network. Power can be used to target up to 6 companions and myself for the duration of this power.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, what are you doing? No casting.
No.
So now it'll make it harder for anything to see or sense you.
I'm just looking to see if there's like a range.
Is this like pass without
where do you guys
trace?
gotta...
But like space pass without trace? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, computer system is made at a -10 penalty
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
until we like start punching stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a perception check to check the hallway.
Yeah, now that we're nice and cloaked. Perception. It's 18 for me.
I'll do one too. Just to have an extra pair of eyes.
Always empty.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Always empty.
I believe it's empty, I think.
Nice and smooth and very clean. The lights are dim, probably because they turned the lighting down when not a lot of people are here, or basically no one's here at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In the hallway, you can see there are like other rooms. Some have like, as you peek at like the wall in the room next to you, you see part of it's like a sort of glass, so you can. It's an observation room, but there's a like frosted part you can just like crouch walk underneath.
Yeah, I definitely, if there's any windows into any of these rooms, I'm trying to see what's in them.
Do we want to secure that door down there? The one to the same room we were just in.
I'll scamper down there and... Wow, what's the range? I have all these locks on lock. I'm locking that door too.
Also, you have to be within like 30 feet of the door to be able to override.
Oh,
okay.
I'll move with you. That way you're not
Okay.
so far down there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Can I get stealth checks from both of you as you're sneaking down the hallway and possibly looking around?
That's better.
Mm.
And then
Oh,
That's a 4.
I'm over on this side of the hallway.
Yeah, you're not near me. You're not near me. It's just me. It's just me. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're sweeping the hallway. I'm on this side. You're on that side. Okay.
yeah, and can I also get perception checks just for what you all see as you're passing by these rooms?
10 on that.
Are we switching right now?
I think so.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say, Dobrex, as you're walking by, you see in the large room next to you, as you are across the hallway from Brinley, you see there are a variety of devices and what looks like sort of pods that you would put people in to test things.
Yeah, that's... I motion to you to, like, look in here.
With my bad stealth and my bad perception roll, I'm, like, not looking at you. I'm trying to get this door to lock.
Yeah. So I see that you're not paying attention to me, and I'll just wait. I'll tell them.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw as you're walking by the part of the room where the device is in, Brinley?
Yeah, sure. 17.
As you're walking by the device that you thought was just some sort of like emergency like fire suppression thing on the ceiling, that like it's in the room, you feel there's some sort of field or mental effect being given off by this thing, but it doesn't impact you.
Oh, okay. I feel that weird mental feeling. And we have comms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beep on the comms, and I'm like, oh, stay away from that big room with that big thing on the ceiling. It's sending out some kind of rays. I'm getting this weird feeling. And I'm whispering that, and then I'm gonna lock the big door.
It distracts you, and like you kind of like stagger and like bump into the wall, and you look up and you see the robot staring at you through the window.
Ooh. And as it's staring at me, I click, and I lock the door.
And then me from across the hallway, I just give him a middle finger.
Oh.
Roll computers to see if you're able to lock the door fast enough.
Oh boy. Yes, that's a 25.
Woo, woo.
Indeed you are. You see it goes towards the door, and then just like the door just doesn't open. I think it just continues to stare at you.
Stare back.
Dobrak, roll insight check. Or computers. See if you can piece together what all this stuff could be used for.
My insight is much better than my computer's, so 13.
They seem to be focused on stuff with the brain.
Hey, my comrades, we may want to look at this room next to me. They seem to be doing strange things with devices. Looks like they even have pods in here for people to be in.
Sure, we'll move up to take a look at it.
Yeah, I don't break eye contact with that robot through the glass, and I just back away until I'm with y'all back in the group.
So is this entire window here This is all glass, right? Like kind of like that fog
Yeah.
glass.
The lower part is frosted, but it looks like it is meant to be like an observation chamber of sorts with the large device on the ceiling.
And there's one of those samurai things like staring at the boss, like through it.
That's the bigger robot. The samurai is still flying up around the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And as you approach the window, can I get a wisdom saving throw?
I wouldn't let him do that. If I see him going close to that, I'm yanking
What's
him
your
away.
passive perception?
I think
Very high. It's 18.
Yeah. Okay. I'll wisdom save. How does one No wisdom save?
If he is hanging back, you might not have enough time before he steps in. Like, you could break whatever's about to happen, but it's...
Okay. I noticed Dovel. I look back and I'm like, Dovel, right as I say it. That's when it gets you.
Yeah.
Damn it, though.
It gets me?
Yeah, you step within range of it. Oh no.
Oof.
That's not terrible.
Nope. Let's see what happens. Double just freezes. Doesn't move. Doesn't react to anything.
Dovel. You need to... Dovel, get over here. What is he doing?
Give me another wisdom save.
I think he's fallen under.
With an 18, you're able to kind of snap out of it.
I immediately, I'm like, ugh. It's like, oh, that was crazy. I use my mind hacker on it, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw against my channeling save DC, or it gets charmed or frightened by me.
The hunter robot?
Yeah. Whatever's like, like that I'm facing, because I don't know where this like thing is coming.
The big robot.
That's a 13.
The DC is 15 and it ended at 13.
Yes.
It's charmed by me.
It continues to glare at you angrily. It is immune to being charmed.
Charmed?
Aw.
Shit.
I can tell that that's what you're trying to do. And I do come over and I get you by the back of the collar, yank you.
It's like, I can do this.
Brindley knows you can't charm a hunter, Kanasi. It is not possible.
And I'm just like, standard procedure. You cannot charm a hunter. A good try, though. Good initiative. But not gonna work on this one. So let's focus on this. And I like plop you down with the group.
Look, I panicked. Did it do that thing to you? Oh man, I was just like, oh, I can do that too.
Yeah, it was like really weird.
I will also remind you, part of your job is to get this wing disconnected from the security hub. Which, you will need to go to the opposite end of the hallway where they have... There's a override on this side. It's just like basic security. If there's contamination breach, you can just like disconnect and it won't spread into other wings.
Ooh, I understand.
So you do need to do that to help lessen the likelihood of getting exploded.
So
We should do that first, and then we can investigate. Yeah, because we'll be in here. Yeah. Okay. Back on track. Let's move down the hall and get back to our main objective.
Yeah. So give me those stealth checks as you
Stealth.
scamper down the hall.
Stealth. So stealthy.
Are we all stealthing?
They keep wanting to
Or
roll that.
whoever's going down the hall. If y'all are going together, if you want to like kind of break up.
We need to go together because we all need to do this.
I got a nat 20 on my stealth. So 24.
Yay.
Okay, I will say that makes up for Dovel's 7.
I got a 17.
I got a 13.
Yeah, so we got a 24, a 17, a 13, and an 8.
Okay.
You are able to get to the other end of the hallway where they have the override to disconnect this wing without getting noticed.
Nice.
So who is going to do the... You can't use the door thing.
Yes, I know. I can try. I also am... I got all this stuff I can do. I have like demolition tools. I have...
Maybe don't blow up the thing that's next outside wall.
Starburst might have an idea as well.
Oh, yeah.
Can I do the whatever it is, the cantrip? I can't remember the word, but the one where it lets you analyze the device to see how best to get in?
Yeah.
Cool. I will use that then. I will analyze device, which you discover all commands working electronic or mechanical functions of one automaton, construction, device, machine, or vehicle. You gain basic knowledge on how to activate and operate the device. I would need to make appropriate checks to use advanced functioners to access data from the device at your discretion.
Yeah, so you kind of look over the... I kind of picture it's almost like a vault door situation, where there's like a procedure to like disconnect and so forth. So certain people who work here would know how to do it, but you just kind of look over and figure out, okay, I like twist this and then like pull this lever and then...
Yeah, she really said, if you move this lever to that slot and rotate 360 degrees, then back 180, it should disconnect.
Good eye, good eye.
I don't care who does it, but one of you techies, please hurry up before it's too late. As I'm standing kind of at the side of the hall by one of the doors in case anybody comes out.
Sure, Starburst will start doing what she said.
Mm-hmm. Whoever's doing the disconnect, roll mechanics.
Mechanics?
Can I aid?
Yes. Or whoever has the highest mechanics.
Mine's +8.
Yeah, so I'll assist you by pointing out where to do the things.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Because I am only +7.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. So that's 26 on the first roll.
Mm-hmm.
So the 26.
Definitely
Yeah.
the 26.
We'll take 26 over 19.
What I love is you're so clean and streamlined and pristine looking, and I'm so junky and older, and my kit's so beat up, but just us working together to like perfectly unlock this and undo it is really great.
I feel like maturity-wise, y'all are about the same range because Ashton Forged reached adulthood at 5 and lived to be 50.
Yeah, and she's about 25 right now, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just in time for midlife crisis. You're able to get the disconnect done. You hear the, like, of, like, things, like, going through the sequence, and it's like a very subtle shift in the gravity as the arm starts to, like, drift away from the security hub. But the artificial gravity in here is pretty good, so it's just enough to be vaguely disorientating for, like, half a second.
Whee!
If there's anyone in here that felt that, we must be ready for them to come out.
You want to start investigating the rooms to see what all you might be able to figure out about what's going on in here?
Yes, because that's our second
Sure.
objective. Left or right?
I'm telling you, dude. We're always like this, left or right. I was about to say the exact same thing. You can beat me to it.
I'll go right with whoever else goes right, and then...
No.
No, we do not. Listen, we do not split party. That is very bad.
Yeah, Starburst starts to go that way, and the captain and me are both like, no. No. We stick together. We don't know what else is in here. That nasty little not automaton thing was bad enough. We don't want to run any of those.
Robo Samurai.
So we don't want to deal with that on our own. So let's stick together and we'll check out this room first. So once we're all on either sides of the door so that if it's not real obvious when it opens, I'm gonna, using the unlock mechanism, I'm gonna quietly open the door and see what's inside.
Yeah, so you're able to open. Nothing immediately jumps out to try and kill you, so that's a plus.
It's always a plus.
So I'll say probably Brinley and Dovrax roll perception as you glance around the room.
I got a 24.
Perception.
Nice.
24 as well.
Hey! We both peer in at the same time on opposite sides of the door.
And I feel like because it's like so perfectly, we both kind of like do this, and then our eyes lock. Like,
There's no active machinery in this room. It seems to be mostly full of things that have been boxed up. Nothing moving, nothing threatening, nothing living in this room.
Okay.
are these cardboard boxes? Or are they like space crates? I'm just curious.
But they're space crates.
Space
so,
crates. All right.
Looks like storage.
I was gonna say, I think while this is like Braylon and Dovrax are kind of having that moment where they lock eyes, Starburst will kind of lean back to Doval. Doval, it is like episode 98.
It's my favorite one, but like maybe knock on wood. This that episode ended really bad for the party.
But the term, what is it that the shipping happened?
There is no shipping.
Yeah, like it's like the captain and the boss. We're shipping them. Yeah.
I
Correct.
So, for context, the cleanup crew is a little side story they do every once in a while about sci-fi pest control groups. So my look was all like, who the fuck is shipping who with who? Because we have the super scattered up monster hunter, the moody girl whose earrings are definitely hella cursed, and then Odo but terrifying.
Yeah. There's
We'll
plenty
leave it for the audience.
things to shoot in there. Yeah.
To Starburst, I very broadly gesture at Brindley, and I'm like, "Oh no, that terrifying."
It's Neldo. Neldo's the name we're looking for. It's Neldo.
Neldo.
And they would nod back. And then seeing the captain and Braylon look at them just very quietly gesture to the next door.
Hey, Cap, can we open one of those crates?
Yes, open. Feel free. I watch the door. Also, I'm going to cancel. If I hear any more comments about shipping, then I will cancel the subscription to the show.
I like that the ship itself has like a Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
Space Flicks.
I was gonna say
Space Flicks.
Space
Yes.
Flick. Canon. Space Flick.
Absolutely.
I will cancel Space Flick.
Because this is like 20 years ago from main show time. We've moved past the subscription model. But at this point in time, there's absolutely subscriptions.
Yes. So I think me and the captain are kind of keeping our eyes on this hallway and kind of just the other rooms, just making sure we don't get ambushed. If y'all want to check some of these space crates real quick.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go help, provide assistance / advantage while checking.
Yeah, and rather than do like the brute force, opening up like the Ark of the Covenant or whatever, I'm looking for space labels, right? Like any kind of like manifest or like anything that's identifying.
Not labels, space labels.
Give me an investigation check to see what you're able to figure out just looking at the outside of these crates.
Dirty 20.
As you're looking at the labels, it's not like shipping labels, but they do have some sort of system for indicating what's in each crate. It's in a cipher naming convention that doesn't make any sense to you, but as you're looking around, you do find where someone left a piece of paper that has notes on what some of these are. You get the feeling they never expect anyone to be in this part of the facility at all, ever.
It's a sticky note from the same pad that the password was on
Same
earlier.
handwriting and everything.
The same
guy.
handwriting.
It's like more like from a legal pad.
Yeah, just a yellow legal pad sheet.
There's a note on the top that says, Mark, don't forget. This Mark is sloppy.
Thank God.
So it's like a string of letters and numbers and then name of device as well as future delivery locations. And give me another investigation as you look over these.
Sure. Yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah, or if you want to do like an insight, see if you can piece together what's going on with all this. Whichever's better.
My investigation is a little bit better. But yeah, I think it's just like, ooh, interesting. It's like
Can I provide the assist?
Yeah, it's like Starburst. So let's.
Yeah, or if you want to do your own roll and see what you pick up, if you want to do insight.
I'll just looking over his shoulder and pointing out interesting things.
So with advantage in 18.
So for the delivery locations, you can't quite figure out when it's supposed to be delivered, but it looks like it's supposed to be delivered to a couple of different stations and just populated areas.
Oh, this isn't good.
Basically a bunch of different large-scale mind control devices that they are planning on delivering to populated areas to see how well they do.
I think as we're kind of like looking at it, I make eye contact with Starburst, and it's like, you know which episode I'm thinking about?
Episode 39.
This isn't good. Cap?
What do
What
you
y'all
need?
find in there?
A list of nefarious deeds.
Take that legal pad, and I'm gonna write like, kind of like fragile, but like this one right here. I'll tear off the piece of paper.
Doval, scan it. Scan. You got a scanner? Let's scan it.
Yeah, everyone has a sim, which is basically like a phone, so you can just take a picture of it. Get a scan of it and like take pictures of some of the other things to back up.
I think we get a scan of that and you can send it to all of us on our Sims.
I feel like they're motion activated, so I'm like whoosh. It goes like airdrops to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, so they were building weapons.
They're trying to control masses. Why do they feel the need to control everyone, I wonder?
Well, it can't be for a good reason.
We are irrational.
But we're also independent thinkers. You do not take independence away from somebody. They must have choice.
Oh no, I agree. I was offering a good answer to your query.
I'd like to get out of the room of all the mind control devices. So,
Good question. Is the stuff in the crates the same thing that's in that room that's on the ceiling? Or is this something similar?
I think we're just inferring. Yeah, it's like.
These are completed devices.
Ooh.
The one that's in the testing chamber looks like one that they're possibly still working on and fine-tuning before they're ready to move to the next stage of testing.
So these are like the finished products of that's in that room.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
What do they look like?
They're in crates. You can't tell what they look like right now.
Oh, open a crate.
Yeah.
I'll open a space crate.
Give me a mechanics check, I guess, to open one. They're pretty well sealed.
Oh, I thought these. Okay, I got a 22 though.
Okay.
Because I also brought a regular, normal crowbar.
Yeah. You spend a couple of seconds like going through all of the like locks and latches, and you're able to open it. And
Why you're thinking?
Oh, the DM's rolling dice.
Britton, wait. I know you love your crowbar, but have you thought about upgrading to space crowbar? You said ordinary crowbar. So.
Well, I can't just give up on old Reliable here. Shoot, she'd been with me since I was in the gutters of Hephaestus.
Yeah, just the compact, more compact and never mind.
so that conversation happens. You pop open. I imagine you're like possibly opening one of the smaller ones. You open it up. They look exactly like speakers, things that are used to broadcast announcements in, say, a docking port.
Oh, that's just downright no good. They're gonna sneak these in. And the question is, why? And I'm putting the lid back on. And I'm gonna head to the next room.
Yes.
We follow. Do.
Heading to the room across the hall, lock the door behind you.
Yep. Same
Give me
procedure.
those perception checks.
Oh. I got a 27.
Oh, nice.
And I got a 15. Yours is definitely better.
Okay. So, you don't hear noise of movement inside at all. You open the door, you look around. This looks like... The door opens, Brinley, you notice signs that this would be definitely one of the more secure doors. If you hadn't found the override, you might not have been able to get through this door.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks like where they might have the back office records.
Ooh.
As you start to step in, you hear...
Self-destruct sequence activated.
It's gonna get an opportunity attack as you dart by it.
That's
Yeah.
also big.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's a big.
We're on a
one.
mission. We're focused.
We are.
So, just pulls out its disruptor blade.
Oh,
Ooh.
that doesn't sound fun.
A 14 doesn't hit,
Ooh.
It does not.
which is good.
Destructor blade.
That's all right. It'd have been fine.
It's not good.
But anyway, I can't start my hack this turn because my actions are done.
Yeah.
Is there a timer going?
Yeah, the timer's going.
Okay,
You caught it just as it started.
got it.
So I shot it and basically got to the screen as the counter started.
Yeah, and you feel this blade that seems to have this dark energy coming off but just barely miss you as you leap up to slide down the control panel.
Takes a bit of
Velket's
fur off of my tail.
heart stops for a second. It's alright.
And Glorp, it's your turn. There's a scarier giant robot.
Another giant robot. I am going to, if they'll let me, I might just climb up on Velka
Oh, absolutely.
on his back.
Yes, 100%.
That's adorable. I love that.
Just so I can travel with him, and then as my action, I'm gonna use I'm gonna cast a third level mass treatment,
Ooh.
and heal the three of us out in the three of us that are hurt. Let's see.
Because you took a big hit in that first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has
big for
Tyburn
me.
been hit yet?
Tyburn
No.
has not
They
been.
keep missing.
I mean, I'll take some heals. Woo, very nice.
15, and then
So,
I
like,
also get to
over
add an extra 5 to that for my class.
For-
So 20 points of healing to
For all of us?
for all of us that are hurt.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Hell
I think
yeah.
it's 3
Nice.
people, so.
I'm almost back up to top again.
What's the range on that?
What is the range from that, actually? I might not be able to reach the Taya. The range, 30 feet. So actually, can I hold my action to cast it after Becklith runs in? Velki?
Velki?
That's a
Okay.
weird name, but that's all
Yeah.
right.
You can climb your giant lizard himbo like a tree, and then just hitch a ride.
Get ready to cast it when we get closer to Zatea, and then
Yeah.
I will cast it and heal
Yeah.
us for
I would make you roll for it, but I feel like this is something that you've done before.
Oh
It
yeah.
feels
Yeah.
very.
It's like there was like that moment of like, you know, when like the hands, like
Yes.
but like there's
Predator handshake.
a really big one and there's a really tiny one, and I just like pull you up onto my back with me, like, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Yes, let us do it. When
Onward
it's my turn.
himbo.
Yes.
No, right where the little like heat holes are in his armor.
Mm-hmm. You're right on the jetpack. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You actually have little things clipped to your belt
Mhm.
for him to stand on.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. There's a platform for sure. I look like one of those elephants from Lord of the Rings.
He got pegs.
Yeah, got pegs.
I'm just thinking of like the jokey thing of like having like a little like thing on your back for the halflings.
The baby Bjorn!
A little baby.
Yeah, but on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you,
I'm
Glorp,
sorry.
you were waiting until Velkith rushes in. Velkith, it's time to rush in.
It's time to rush in. Then in that case, I will use my charging feat. I'm gonna dash, and I'm gonna try something different with this charge. I'm going to, where is it? Use your dash action, blah, 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 blah. I can make a bonus action to take one weapon attack. So I will just do a weapon attack to this guy. And if I hit him, I get a +5 to the damage. So, with the neon LED battle axe and his best friend on his back, Velketh rushes in and takes a big old swipe right at this big robot's tummy. Like a tummy hit. We're going to see if we hit it.
Give me the roll.
That's a 28 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
Cool. The damage is 17. Just bang, and it echoes, reverberates throughout the hall. And then he lifts a fist for a little fist bump from Dr. Glorp.
Yeah. I give you a headbutt to your fist.
He starts to...
I just imagine whenever Velka dashes, Glorp's just like, wee!
Yeah, your little feet go hanging off the back.
Like a windsock.
Yeah, like a windsock. Exactly. Yeah, big old hit, and that's it. That's the one.
Great, and then Velka ends a heal for 20.
Hell yeah.
Words. And then the heal goes off. And now it's the Mechroid's turn. This buddy was not a big fan of what just happened.
Shouldn't be. Call that the Doctor and Vilketh tummy acher. It's a move we've done.
So it's going to make 2 attempts to slash Velketh with this Disruptor Blade.
And I will be maneuvering myself in a way that the Doctor is safe.
23 to hit.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
And a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that one does too. Weirdly enough, that one does hit as well.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So you are going to take...
It's probably going to be a large amount with the name like
15
yeah.
points of necrotic damage.
Oof. Okay.
Ooh. And then 9 points of necrotic damage. And I need a con save.
Ooh, I'm good at that. So 24 damage total?
Yes.
Nice. That hurt. Felt that. And then a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Let's go. It's a +10 on that. So natural 20 plus 10, 30.
Okay, good. Good.
Mm-hmm.
You just feel a weird itch.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, I'm very glad he missed me because my con's.
You are not going to have
Implode?
a hit point decrease.
Oh no!
Of 3d6 for every 24 hours that elapses before you get healing, which you can only get healed
goodness.
by restore pattern.
Thank God we have a doctor.
Wow, okay.
It's just a flesh wound, not a flesh-eating wound.
Just puts his stomach back into the hole in his chest. He's like, I think I'm okay now.
This suit will hold it in.
Yeah.
You definitely get a feeling that weapon is dangerous.
Locks eyes.
You just barely managed to fight back that dark corruption that wants to eat at your insides.
Ooh, dang. All right. That's exciting. It's going to be fun when that hits again.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to the boss fight yet.
No. I think flavor-wise, he actually, Dr. Glorp would feel him stagger a little bit, but then still just I have willingly or not brought you very close to harm, and Vilketh is not okay with that, so he's maneuvering in just a way so you're not very easy to see with from this.
But lifting your head up a little bit.
Look at me. I'm the one here. No one else. No one else.
Oh yeah, I'm not even sticking my head up. I'm just completely behind.
Yeah.
Which is when my AC is so high that I do act as a back shield.
Yeah. Your doctor has the
amazing.
highest AC of the entire party.
Hell yeah, Doctor.
That's good.
Yeah, I've got +3 armor.
That's a good thing.
So, Tyburn, it's your turn. You recognize this as a Cirrus Mechroid because you know automatons.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more dangerous than the thing you just dealt with.
Yeah, this guy, I'm gonna use a bonus action to Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Let's go.
For show. And then I should probably move into the room.
Step in, move around to where you can get a shot around your friends.
where I can see him without hitting my buddies. And since it's my first move in a new combat, I can move 40 feet. So
Let's
get
go.
there.
Take him out.
And fire my shots.
Gotta shoot that
3
shot.
shots.
3 shots.
Let's go.
With a pistol. Because screw this guy.
He's very
He's a
rude.
capital P problem.
Ooh.
18.
Hits.
20.
Hits.
Spice.
And a 12.
Hits.
12 hit?
It has an 11 AC.
How much HP does this guy have?
And-
I was expecting to throw a knife. Okay.
Don't bother rolling for damage.
Nice.
Describe how you kill this robot. This automaton.
Oh.
Get him, get him, get him.
Yeah, because three shots, Hunter's Mark. Yeah, I feel like Tyburn sees what this is when the door opens and just like, oh, there was probably a Necroid in their past. And it's just like, the last time I saw one of these, everything went horrible. So doesn't even think, just runs into the room and fires at it while running. Just red-eyed.
I picture like you shoot one arm and then the other, then the last shot goes straight into the head. Just falls down
like
to the ground.
the fire blood was really boiling with this one. It's like everything goes red. Like, nope, you are not leaving this room.
Forgot to say, did we have you roll to stop the countdown yet? Or
Oh, yeah, let me do that.
yeah, because combat's done.
Yeah, Tyburn completely forgot about the countdown.
Yeah.
Couldn't even hear it.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
You've done this so many times, you don't even really need to hack. It was the same code the past couple times, so you just like hold down a couple firewalls, enter the code, done. And it just stops.
Did anyone else hear
Did
that?
you stop that?
I believe the override turned off the self-destruct.
Oh, yeah, of course it did. Okay. And I just am like in the room.
If anyone wants to roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight
sure.
that too.
I was thinking somebody turned it off or made it go silent.
It's like, what if they just turned the volume down?
That's what I
Oh, what
was
if they did just turn the volume down?
Ooh, I got a 25.
15?
24.
Well, for Brindley and Dovall, you're pretty sure that either the override did it or they hit the mute button. For Starburst and Dovrex, you know that there's another team currently, like, taking control of the security hub. They probably shut off the override from their side.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that there's not another sequence that could be done from this wing itself, but the one from the security hub has been shut down.
Captain,
Yes,
we should send the other team a fruit basket
we should. I think you're correct.
in the shape of flowers.
While you guys are doing that right now, I'm already ordering it on like my little comm thing here to,
Yeah.
like, for them to get it when they get
You're
there.
on radio silence
Oh, we are
outside
on radio
of your own
silence.
crew.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just making a mental note on my pad though to have it as soon as we leave. You know, like on Amazon where you have like the order and then you can just send it. Like that way when we leave and we're out of radius, I can just hit send to send it to them.
You're not 100% sure, but that feels like a very strong possibility.
So we see all the computers and terminals in here, and I'm like, all right, we've done the smash, let's do some grabbing. And I think all of us just need to dig into everything in here and find anything we can find.
Yeah, Starburst will help and spam the device, the cantrip where you can find all the device passwords and what have you for y'all.
Thank you.
I'll let you guys do all that, and I'll just guard the door because I have no
Yeah,
skills
guard
when
the
it comes to
door.
computers. I'll mess something up. I'll be the one to hit Control
Okay.
Delete on something.
Yeah. You're also the one that is the most injured at the moment, but you've got most of your insides back inside, so it's fine.
Starburst, I'll put them in.
This is not
Okay.
the first time.
No.
But what are we rolling to toss this room?
Computers.
Computers.
You can use your hacker's kit if you want to, or if you want to do. Well, it's computers to get in an investigation.
Okay.
Can I provide advantage by doing the little cantrip and
Yeah.
being like, here you go, here's what words to type?
You both
Yeah.
get advantage. That will help speed up the process.
Okay, I got a dirty 20.
Nice. So it takes you a second, but you're able to get into some of the records. Ooh, and Deval with the 23. Nice job.
Ooh, this is some deep encryption here. They didn't want anybody in this.
Yeah. I'll say, Brindley, you in particular, they're using encryption algorithms from a couple of different companies that are spliced together in a way you've never seen before.
And real creative, too.
And start rolling me an investigation and tell me what your characters are looking for.
We're in an administrative office, something of that sort.
Yeah, this is where they keep the unofficial records. You get the feeling with the security.
If you can find out what they're planning, where they plan to, when they plan to do this, what for, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think while we're clicking and clacking and, hacking away, I'm like, Doble, we need to figure out the who's and the what's and the whys here. So let me see. We've kind of figured out the broad strokes of what they were trying to do. What did you want to look for? Because I have something specific.
Yeah, so my self-preservation instinct is still kind of like burning on high, and what I'm looking for specifically are backdoors or clear approaches to disabling or shutting down one of these devices, such as the one that is in the testing room.
So you're looking for the device specs and like how does this work and how do you turn it off?
Yeah, and then specifically, how do we like make it stop working? Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for because, man, we have to walk past that window again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as you're digging, you just keep like following down different folder paths until you find where they have the specifications, and you can see like previous iterations of the devices. It looks like they started with small scale influence and have expanded from there, and they understand like how to impact individual minds, and they've started working on spreading it using different sort of amplification devices and combining frequencies that will impact more than one kind of brain. So you're able to find the schematics, and it's hacked together from a couple of different, it looks like it's an amalgamation of different kinds of technology and studies of information. Some of it might have been bought, most of it's probably been stolen, but it's like they are assimilating all of this different tech into these designs. And with that 26, I'll say you also notice that it looks like they've been sending these designs for feedback to an outside party, but you can't tell who.
Ooh.
That information is very heavily protected.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm just kind of mumbling to myself. It's like, ooh, this is spooky. And I think, provided that we have time, if not, I'd abandon it, but I might look for starbursts kind of like over the terminals and kind of like wave them over to see if, and then say something like, it's like, hey, they're sending these specs for feedback to some third party that I can't identify. But it seems like info that we're gonna want to know.
Indeed. Can I roll a computers to see if I can trace it further, like the company name?
Yeah, but let's circle back to Brindley. What are you looking for?
I was gonna follow the money and see where this goes, because I noticed all the coding is from different companies. I hear them kind of, say it's definitely being outsourced to something.
I don't think you've heard that yet. This is like it took Doval a few minutes to like get to that information.
Okay.
So just like you'll have some time to do some digging of your own before you hear that and can start.
Okay. Then, just like my armor, my hacking looks so messy, and it quickly becomes like the Pepe Silva board of files and schematics and, hacking lines that only make sense to me. And I kind of want to piece together... Okay, the crates had the delivery locations. Did it have the dates and times?
If there was something to designate the when and the where, it was not written in a way that made sense.
Okay. Then... Because y'all are doing what I was gonna do, what else could we get here?
You could dig into how they got this information, where the money's coming from.
That's what I'm doing. Okay, yeah. Follow the money. I want to see who's funding this.
Follow the money and see where it goes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you
Follow
got
the
a
space
25.
credits.
Y'all both rolled really good.
Space credits.
Yeah, you follow the Cubal, which is the name for the currency name in this game.
It's all about the Cubal.
You start with the company whose tech and programming you recognize, and it takes a while before you're able to start getting names of individuals in that company. It doesn't seem like the companies themselves are funding whatever this is. It's more like a person here, like maybe like someone that works in R&D over here. You've got someone over here who is like does payroll kind of thing, just like different people. And give me another investigation check.
Yes. And as I'm pulling those up, I'm saving all this information. I'm copying this. I got all these people's names. I got where they work. That's a 21.
Nice.
You dig for a bit before you kind of start running out of threads to pull, but you get a slightly alarmingly sized list of names. Though you're not entirely sure if some of these people, some of them you know their reputations, others are just random people. They may not know what's going on here. You don't know if they have any idea of what's going on, or if they just think they're having honest, upfront business transactions. Because also some of the transactions, on the surface, wouldn't look strange at all. You wouldn't look twice at some of these if it hadn't been in the shady office.
Yeah, and I think I'm very quickly passing through all the files and all these different people, and I'm like, shadowy. Some of these people look way out of line to be involved in this, but...
Perhaps scapegoats?
Could be. Some of these deposits are even marked as donations, so they might not know what's happening. So this is spread very far.
Beacon does a lot of charitable giving. They set up all kinds of clinics everywhere. They do a lot of good work from the outside, but now you're probably starting to realize, how far does this go?
Yeah. So I'm downloading all that.
A shadow cabal.
Give me another computer's check as you download.
Question.
Nice.
Is there anything we should know about the places that these things are going to? What is their connection? Are they tied to the Alliance? Are they tied to certain groups?
Dirty 20 to download, and I think, I'm flipping through it and I'm looking at the location, just looks like heavily populated areas just all over the system. Not even capital cities, but just large ones. Public places. Places where there'd be a lot of people.
Yeah. As you're saying that, and as you're downloading, you see that there's a record that this information is being downloaded onto an external device.
Yeah, and I go ahead and drop my hacker tag, and it's it's like a little stick figure with an American football, and it does a touchdown and then a little dance on the line.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't care if they know.
So,
I feel like I don't know what football is. What is that thing in its hand? What is it slamming
oh, it's
on?
only the best sport ever.
yeah.
Ancient sport.
Lots of complex physics.
I'll give you time to dig into one more thing. Because you've been able to track where the money has come from, but looking into like any sort of communications, you may be able to piece together more of who's directly involved.
Oh, that's interesting. Like higher level, like comms.
Yeah.
With insight floating into me, Deus Ex Machina.
Bradley also mentioned like, oh, some of these people it doesn't fit. They may not know what's going on. That could be what's like. Let's see who does.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's like that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna see who does. And Starburst and I are working together.
We're gonna Hamilton this and follow the money.
That's perfect. Do you want to do the rolls?
Sure, I will do computers or investigation.
Yeah, I'll say investigation because you've already hacked in.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yo, we've had a lot of nat 20s tonight.
You have.
This digital dice roller is not as hungry as a vampire one, I've noticed.
Sometimes. Other times it's not nice. You just immediately start digging in and like digging through with like single-minded determination. How do you go about trying to find the specific individuals who are involved?
I think Braylon is kind of saying names that don't make sense. And so Starburst is kind of compiling, like they have a little eye thing and it just flickers out in a holographic projection of the names. And so as they're going, they're just like swiping through the ones that don't make sense, like kicking them off, like very Minority Report style with gloves where they're just...
So you start going through that and then searching through communications to see if there's anything between the people who did not get removed from the list.
Starburst is very tactile hacker.
It's pretty quick with Brinley's help to narrow down the list, and then you have Doval's help to kind of dig through the communications to find the more pertinent information. As far as you can tell, not a lot of it makes a whole lot of sense, because they're talking about something called the technocracy, finding new ways to guide. Got new members coming in, they've got a new convert. You are able to find a lot of information about an organization that... Roll me lore. Let's have everyone roll lore to see if any of you recognize any of this, because I assume you're like sharing things out loud. We got a 7 and a 7, so no. No. Doval,
Yeah.
give me lore.
That's 7.
You've never heard of this organization before, but from what you're digging up, it's everywhere. Since you got a 20 on the investigation, there's a head of this organization who is the one that knows all about the different things that are going on. This is just like a chapter of it. Someone that had an idea that wanted to find a way to help better prepare the universe for the return of the One. And the person at the head of this organization is just referred to as the Prophet. But you were able to find no other information on them.
Nah, fam, we out. We out. But Starburst would reveal that I do not know who this one is. A messiah figure, if I am understanding. But this is not good.
Give me insight, real quick.
Sure.
See how you differentiate between the two figures?
23?
They don't mention the One often, but the way they refer to the One feels more like talking about a god, which this world doesn't have gods. It's more of talking about like a deific figure, as opposed to the Prophet, who is more of sort of the Messiah figure.
Ah, I misunderstood. This communication clarifies. The prophet is the Messiah figure, heralding the One's return as a god. As I do a GLaDOS voice to explain all this.
Yeah. Question. So this is a world with not much religion. Would we know about like cults?
Oh yeah, there are cults. You've never seen one on this level, but they're
This is my first space cult.
Oh.
there are some people who have there are various different belief systems. So yeah, cults absolutely. Also, cults aren't necessarily tied to religion, more of charismatic figures who bend the idea of cults exist.
All right.
You've never seen anything on this scale. It's terrifying.
Oh, Starburst, I think you said Shadow Cabal? I think this is a bit worse than that.
Oh yes, this is not good, as the youth say.
Whoever's standing out in the hall, can I have a stealth check? It's a 10.
Team.
He's still covered by the
Yeah.
cloaking, though.
Oh, what does the cloaking give me?
Data ghost. Hides your presence on any computer system or network.
You're still physically visible, like if someone
Oh, but not from something that has eyes.
No.
Yeah, it's not like the shadow druid thing where you just.
And I wouldn't be out in the hall. I mean, I didn't move my. I'd be in the doorway, looking out every so often, like peeking out, kind of thing. This just for visual reasons.
this probably isn't it, but I have this headcanon that it's like a sliding door, so every so often the door slides open. Shh. Can you poke your head out?
Yeah. As you poke your head out, then give me perception.
There we go. 23.
You notice there's something that is in the hallway and it is coming towards you.
Notice what?
There's something in the hallway and it's coming towards the room you're in.
Oh, that thing looks creepy as hell.
Yeah. Big, unsettling robot that kind of looks a bit like the Destroyer from Thor.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Did you alert us?
Yeah, as soon as I see him, I duck back in. You may want to stop what you're doing because we have a friend coming this way, per se. And by friend, I mean somebody who wants to do us harm.
I just wanted to run this by everybody. I was thinking I was going to tumble into the hallway and surprise round on it. Or we can just close and lock the door and we stay in here.
It's aware of you.
Oh, okay.
And it's between you and the ship.
Oh, all right. So the captain points that out. And I'm like, oh, looks like there's a little more smash in this mission. And now I'm going to roll out into the hallway.
I'm going with you.
Potentially do some heals before you go out into this fight. This is a beefy boy.
He's a beefy boy.
Yes.
Can Starburst peek out while they're healing and try transmute creature on the thing? And try and turn it into a rat or something?
Amazing.
Robot rat?
Go for it.
Okay, it has to roll. It has to do a wisdom save of 15. Does it make it?
Oh,
Look
it
at
has
her face.
advantage against Esper powers, yay.
Dang it!
To be real mad. It's an 18.
No!
That was gonna be so cool. I'm like, I don't get to do my boss fight if you turn it into a rat.
Yeah, you don't. But the dice didn't do that. So
I tried. Starburst will slink back in. My plan did not work.
You feel like it's almost like it bounces off.
It cheated.
You hear a rumbling voice in the hallway.
You have made a mistake. It is in your interest to surrender. You will not stand in the way of the future.
I'm so far back in the terminal still with everyone else at the door. I'm like, I finally look up, like, what? Like, oh no. And I put my hacker, like my little hacker tag in there. It's basically like a Nyan cat standing on a football, just like my boss.
Aww.
I love how we have made football canon.
It's real.
Complex physics, lots of space stuff.
Ancient sport of the humans.
All right, are we rolling out?
I'm so mad. I was so close. It was only 3 points away.
It's like, oh, you
That
almost
would have been really cool if it didn't have advantage.
That would have been cool.
Look how much grid it takes up.
All right.
This is a large construct.
Are we rolling initiative?
I think we're trying.
Well, you're behind a locked door. You are preparing before you come out. Roll initiative.
Okay. Well, technically, I did an action, so does that put me in initiative while everyone else is preparing?
You went back behind the door, right?
Yeah, she went, nope.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 14.
4. Are you rolling initiative?
I get,
Uh,
yeah, I got a 14 and then a 4. I get advantage, so I got a 14.
Yeah, I'll take the 15.
Oh, we're rocking and rolling.
All right, let's see if we can get the jump on this thing.
Yeah. Dovel,
All right.
you're first in initiative.
amazing.
Or actually, we'll just who goes out first, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
That
we
makes
were going to
more
try to
sense.
get a surprise round, I think.
Yeah, but it knows we're in here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know.
when you're going to be coming out.
Yeah, and I'm the one who can unlock the door. So I think once we're all ready, we're just like rock and roll. And I'll unlock it, and I will go out first.
Okay.
Just.
So,
As part of the ready round, like, I just want to clarify the room we're in. There are no, like, system control panels here for, like, the technical wing. These are all office cubicle equivalent of terminals here.
give me perception check.
Yeah, I just want to see just exactly what we're working with in this room. Perception sucks, though.
Yeah, with the 12, you don't see anything that resembles controls. You're a little distracted by the thunk, that's coming closer outside. So, Brenly, give us your attack.
Yes. I'm rolling out, and Iron Man style, the front of my trooper suit unfolds, and I'm gonna do my electromagnetic pulse.
Okay.
It just says intelligence saving throw, DC 16.
That's a 9.
Ha! Okay,
Wait, is this an Esper ability or is it tech?
this is tech.
Okay, cool.
This is straight up armor. So like I said, like Iron Man style, it unfolds and that green energy just boom and it goes out. And the first thing that happens is it now has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Helpful.
It also takes 2d10 plus 10 damage.
Very
so let me
helpful.
roll that. Yep, it takes 25 lightning damage.
Alrighty.
And it's an amplified pulse and it just boom goes out.
Yeah, it staggers slightly. Is that just a fair amount of damage? And you gonna make another move, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna, because I'm trying to basically draw fire, I kind of move over here so that,
Kind of circle around across the hallway.
yeah, I'm gonna try to circle around it so it'll go for me before it goes for them, hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah, it will.
Yay.
It's going to try and shoot you twice with its plasma beam.
Okay, it has disadvantage.
Doesn't matter. First one definitely misses.
Mm-hmm.
Can't roll lower than a 1. And then second one is a 17.
My AC's 18.
Well, it misses with both of its shots.
Yeah, I dodge past those.
Dobrux, it's your turn. You can hear the sound of the fight starting outside.
All right. I'm going to step out and I'm going to cast Flame Blast on this thing. It's a line 100 feet long, 5 feet wide, and it's a dex save. And it is an Esper power, so it is a dex save though. But it's 8d6 damage.
It's a 17 on the dex save.
It saves things. Dex is 16. Yeah, we're doing it higher level. So 10d6 damage. It's saved, but let's see here. 37 fire damage. but still. Just come out and just like push my hands out and just let flames just dart out from it.
So 18, I think, is half.
Yeah, Shard gives you the option to either at the full damage or half damage. So that slams and you hear this groan, and it's for anyone who speaks ALOMU, which is the computer language, it's upset about what's going on.
Then after I do that, I'm going to step back and towards the middle.
Yeah, backing up towards the wall as I believe you were raving to say Starburst speaks ALOMU.
Yeah, so answer in kind, a basic version of get bent.
Yeah, so for those of you who understand.
Puny, pathetic little things. They don't understand. They'll never live to see. They can't stop what's happening.
Anything else?
No, after I hit it with the fire and I step back, kind of creating room for them to come out and also, like, you know, spread us out a little bit. I just stand ready.
All right. Dovo, it's your turn.
I'm really worried that he's going to make this save because I think this could be cool. Feeling bold, I think I launch myself over the terminals, right? Like I'm like, and then I slide up to the edge of the door, like right here, because I'm not that brave.
Just inside the door where you can peek out and get him and then duck back in.
Yeah, and I'm like nestled right in there, and I have like my holographic key set kind of like unfurls in front of me like a little battle station, and I'm gonna cast Temporal Fault.
Ooh. You're gonna do a what now?
It's called Temporal Fault. This is a Wisdom 15 DC saving throw.
Do you know if this is Tech or Esper? This feels Esper.
How can I tell you?
It's a spell, so therefore it's an Esper ability. It's not his tech that's doing it.
Yeah. So I have advantage, and you said it was Wisdom. Nat 20.
Oh no, bummer. Okay.
It almost looks like it absorbs into the circuits this ability.
Bummer. That would have been pretty dope. So I think my battle station like is a lot more like bark than it is bite, right? And like there's even kind of like a cool like pulse animation that goes out. And I look up to see if it had an effect, and it had nothing. So I'm gonna use remaining movement to go go back inside.
Nope.
Fair.
That is a valid strategy.
Mess up.
Starburst.
Cool. Starburst is gonna go out and kind of just peek herself against the wall here, which gives me a clear line of shot for 120 feet. And we're gonna cast Laser Blast at 5th level. So it's a +7 to hit.
Yeah, I'm like that. That also sounds like it's a tech ability.
Yeah, it's a forging technique. I don't think a 15 is gonna hit.
That does not hit.
Nope. So it goes wide.
Yeah.
But bonus action, because it technically is an attack action, I can have one of my drones go and try and attack it as well.
Okay.
18 to hit?
Not quite.
Yeah, okay, so she'll say, Nova, fetch. And Nova gets close, takes a look. Nope. And back on behind Starburst's legs.
Just like attempts to swat. You don't even see the thing move, but there's something about the way it's looking at Nova that she's just like,
I choose life, mother.
Like it's like the cat meme where it's like shaking. It's just no.
That's my turn. I tried.
You did.
I am just not doing good against the final boss, y'all.
We're good. We got this. We
still have plenty of rounds, probably. So.
Yeah. Sure.
Bryn Lee, it's your turn.
Okay. In the robot language, the closest approximation, I'm like, "Hey, ugly." I'm gonna move this way again so that it can hopefully
just keep circling around to flank it.
Yeah, focus on me. And the first thing I'm gonna do is a bonus action, and I'm like, Starburst, great idea. get him, big shot. And one of the drone that I had been just chewing up with a screwdriver, it has like a little, they all have the little green lights on them. It's almost like it gets angry, like a little triangle goes over it, so it looks angry, and it like ching, and just tiny guns. It was full of guns. And I'm launching my assault drone. Okay, even if it misses, it's still out. So it got a 14 to hit, which I think misses.
Yep, it misses.
And that was a bonus action, so I'm going to, with my other arm, kind of cock it, and it almost like fans out like a Mega Man arm cannon, because of course it does. And I'm going to cast Plasma Orb.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? This guy sucks. So instead of Mega Man arm, yeah, he's gonna need to make a Dex 16, because I'm casting Burn Zone. And I'm going to set, well, no, shoot, we don't want to blow this place up. Dang,
That would be bad for your health.
Yes, that would be bad for health, and there's probably only so much oxygen. Can I power drain him? Let me see.
This is a construct.
Yes, okay. I am within range. Okay. Yes, I'm going to try to power drain him. So let me roll for that to see if I even hit. 17 to hit?
Nope.
No? Okay, well, all right. I think again, I tried to do with the samurai. Like, it should have worked, but I can't get through his defenses to drain him, so.
This is not it's an organic situation. This is this boy got armor.
Yeah. This boy is armored up, so that's my turn.
And now it's for this guardian's turn. You said it has disadvantage on its first attack?
Yes.
So you're one of two people who have actually managed to get some amount of damage on him. So he's gonna come up to you, and he's going to make 3 slam attacks. First attack is a 17 to hit.
Miss. My AC's 18.
Cool. Almost picture like it's slamming with its fist.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So 26 hits.
26 does hit.
And then an 18.
Yeah, that is my AC. I do get my arms up. I block that first one.
Yeah, you block that first one, and then it just gut punches you twice.
Yep.
So that's a 22 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then 20 bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Ow. Okay.
How are you looking?
I mean, I'm still standing. There's probably a little dramatic moment where like, huh, and I cough up some blood as it punches me.
So that's its turn. Dovrex, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to move 30 feet over this way, so that way I can hit this thing without hitting my friends. So I'm going to, once again...
Are you trying to piss it off?
Yes, I'm trying to get it to look at me. I'm going to cast this at... Oh, there we go. Give me a dex save.
23.
Yeah, so it saves, so it takes half. 38. So it's another 19 points of damage to it.
Yeah, that... As the flames slam into it, it staggers slightly and then turns to look at you, the metal glowing orange from the heat.
I blow it a kiss.
It doesn't have any organic components, otherwise I would make it give you the finger. But it just says...
You will never leave this place.
Oh, I'll leave it. That'll be all for my turn.
Alright. Doval, it's your turn. There's a fierce battle going on outside.
I've been tucked up against this wall, just kind of like racking my brain. I'm rolling through some kind of like wild ideas, and I think I've stumbled on something clever until I hear like Brindley go, "Hoo-ah!" and I kind of like peek out. I have an idea. I need to get closer, so I'll have to wait for a round. So I'm gonna move toward the cab about 30 feet, and then I'm going to. Oh, I'm gonna try to push him. It's going to be a strength. Oh shit, that's not very good. I rolled a 14 for the push, but I have a thing called like fortuitous, so I can like roll an additional d6. You got a floor for it, so that would add to the AC.
So that would make it 18, which does not hit.
It doesn't hit yet?
Nope.
Bummer. Okay.
You're so close.
Yep. I don't have anything. I think in ALOMU, like I insulted. I'm not a bard player, so I'm not going to make up an insult on the spot. But yeah, same thing. Yeah, I can't do anything but yell at it.
0011001001.
It briefly turns its attention to you before going back to glaring at the captain, who is a threat. Starburst, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna get to where they're all within like a little 60 unit circle. And we're gonna use my last level 5 as much as I want to try. Oh no, that wouldn't do anything with transmute form, so I can try that again. But we're gonna do mass mend on everybody. So y'all are gonna heal 20 points.
Yay.
In that little circle. Huzzers! I did a thing, and then glares at the thing and scooshes back like the rest of her remaining movement to be like, nope, back to where we were.
I'm not getting too close to you because I saw how bad that hurt.
Yeah.
Well, that and most of her stuff that hurt is like distance. Unless I go up and do like necrotic damage, but he has advantage on it, so yeah.
Well, you have healed everybody, which is good. And Brinley, it's your turn. You feel a little bit better. This thing is still right in your face.
Yeah, some of my organs kind of shunt back into where they're supposed to be. Am I just looking at the map? Can I move, or will he get an attack of opportunity on me?
He will attack you if you try and move, and that might not end well.
Okay. Well, the first thing that happens is my drone goes off, because he's just here now, and bonus action, I'm gonna move the drone 20 feet back, just so he can't get swatted as easily, because he's little. He's like the size of a softball.
He just kind of floats around and flanks.
Yeah, with angry eyeballs. Yeah, he's got my 6. So as a bonus action, he gets to attack. And let's see if he even hits. And if he hits, stuff happens. So let's see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed. Let's go. Come on. 19.
That hits.
Yes. Okay. Good. All right. It hits. It's not much, but it's something. So it's 1d8 plus 4. Ooh, max. 12 damage.
Nice.
It's him with just pew, just right in the back of his head.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to square up against this thing. And I say, little bit, it's your turn. And one of the other ones also activates and gets the angry eyebrows. And now I'm gonna cast Plasma Orb. And with this, she also gets a little angry eyebrow, but then she starts glowing white and crackling like one of those light spheres. And there's just like energy arcing off of her. And let's see if she hits. 21.
That hits, and we need a con save.
Yes, it's a con 16.
It got a 12.
Okay, yeah, she glows and sparks, and so it's gonna take 2d6 to start for 10 damage. So those are both out now, so.
Yeah, and what kind of damage is it?
It's radiant. Yeah, and she's just there sparking, and they're both out, and I'm staring this thing down.
This thing's starting to look a little rough.
And I'm just like, that the best you got?
And now it's the Guardian's turn.
You're like 1120 110011, you know, like I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying to this thing? Am I the one who didn't speak binary? What's going on?
Everyone's just screaming in binary.
Except for the captain.
So, Bradley, you're looking pretty rough. It's a little bit less concerned about you, because, well, that did hurt, but there's also the person who's blasted with fire twice, so he's gonna turn and shoot Dalrax and Dovel. So that's a 29 at Dalrax.
Yeah.
Woo! And a 22 at Doval.
Doval.
It totally hits.
Not Doval.
Oh, you moved down the hall? I thought you...
I feel like he shoots the cap, and I'm like, oh no, and then he points like at me. I'm like, not me. I didn't do anything.
11 fire, 5 radiant to the captain, and then 7 fire and 7 radiant to Doval.
I'll do psychic backlash. So it does 2d10 psychic damage when I get hit. The creature has to make a dex saving, so it takes 2d10 psychic damage to fail, or half as much on a thing. Let me go ahead and just cast it, so that way, because I might be able to cast it at a higher level. Yes, I can. I'll cast it at 4th level. There we go. Psychic backlash.
You got a 16 on the saving throw.
Oh, so just did it. All right. 19, so halved.
Yeah. That did do something. As it shoots Dobrax and turns to shoot Doval, there's like a little head shake or something, but it still pegs you right in the chest.
All right, that hurt. We gotta kill this thing.
Not fun at all.
Does the psychic energy look like it does stuff to it?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to know.
Dobrax, it is now your turn.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fire blast again. I mean, I'm pouring through my stuff, but it's worth it.
I mean, when in doubt, kill it with fire.
Yeah. So another saving throw, dex save.
Hey, we got a 1.
Oh yes.
So.
Ooh, I rolled really good too. 41 points of damage.
Did.
That's for hurting me and my friends.
So, you slam it with the fire, and you can tell this thing is on its last leg.
Hurry up, kill this thing.
Anything else you want to do, or is that it?
I'm going to move up just out of its range, and then I'm going to, just to throw it off, I'm going to phase shift, which is like the Misty Step, and that lets me, I think, move up to another 30, to an unoccupied space, and I'm going to teleport past him on the other side.
You move up right in front of it and then vanish, and then...
I'm behind it.
Dovel, it's your turn.
Dovel!
Dovel, Dovel.
Dovel, Dovel.
Nothing worked. I'm kind of like spent, like all my, and like I just got shot, and then all of a sudden I just saw the captain like disappear. I was like, oh. You said it's looking pretty bad, just like visually.
It's almost done.
Oh, okay. Like I look around, like Starburst is behind me. There's like this floating big shots out there, like floating around, and I'm like, I have my hand on my chest because like, ow, that really stung. And I'm wearing my orange vest. I don't know what to do, right? I'm running out of options. Then I find this pistol that's been issued to me. I just kind of look at it, and I don't think I've shot this thing since my initial training.
I think we flash back to your first day of being my apprentice. And I'm like, right, you got your tools, you got everything you think you need, except one thing. And I press the pistol into your hand.
I aim, and I'm gonna roll my +5, and then I'm gonna throw in my 2 fortune dice on top of that. So 2d6 for this roll.
Okay.
Oh, so
You
maybe
don't
not.
even need to add that.
Just one shot.
Give me the roll for damage.
7 points of damage.
Describe to me how Dovel ends this guardian.
I'm not gonna lie, my ego is hurt a little bit. Like I did this really cool thing that was just going to like slow time down for anything like an automaton, I see my crew doing some like amazing things, but I fire this pistol like the captain in Saving Private Ryan, just shooting at a tank, and I'm just like, and I feel, I don't know, like I'm in some kind of like slow time or whatever. My adrenaline is like really clicked in, and I want to say that this automaton starts to turn away from me because, like, of course, there's no way that this is gonna do anything. And I just, this little projectile just beams it straight into like its cheekbone, into its face, and splatters its crazy blue eyes.
So as Friendly and Dovrax are bracing for the next attack, the head explodes and it drops to the ground. And nothing is trying to kill you.
Good work, everyone. Very good work.
Whew. So can I use my last, like, level 4 to heal those two and then heal Doval afterwards, just, like, for fluff's sake?
Yeah.
Say we heal him fully. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just heal everyone up, because you don't know what other robots might be in here.
Y'all each get a very strong hug. It's like, please do not scare me again.
I get Doval in like I got you in a headlock, and I give you a noogie, and I'm just, there he is. I told you you'd need it. I told you.
Ah, such a primitive device.
All right,
I blow out the barrel.
Out of character. All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Sometimes simple works best, and I kind of tap you with my crowbar in a friendly way.
It's like, hey, can I finally, like, do you think I can carry your hammer?
You know what, Doval? And I take it, and I hand it to you.
As fast as give me a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Just for the giggles. Just for the lulz.
Yeah, I'm like, I think you've earned this.
You don't drop it, but it's obvious you are struggling to heft it.
I was like, it's like, we are one badass crew. And I start walking.
Kind of like leaning to one side with that -2 strength.
Yeah, right. Hey, that 14 came through, though. It's still a good roll.
Yeah.
I think I walk like 5 feet, and then I'm like, oh, like I give it back. It's like, I think there's a whole bunch of other robots down there.
Yeah, the sentiment, though. You get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah. And finally, like high five. You always leave me hanging.
Oh, Doval. And I give you the hardest high five.
You take 1 point of damage. But yeah, so the fight's over. When you go back into the room you were in to see if there's anything more you can get, you see that all of the information has been wiped by someone on the outside, but you were able to get copies of a lot of. Carefully checking the rest of the building, you see more like bits and pieces of the technology they were experimenting with. It looks like they hadn't quite made it to like testing out in the open, but they had been doing pretty extensive research.
I do stop. I'm just like, do we want to take one with us? Take a space crate.
Yes, for evidence, for sure. In case something happens between now and then, at least we have that. Show the others.
I'll get my drones to heft that, so we have a space crate.
Wait, your drones can carry that? They could have gotten the boxes earlier.
Yeah, but you were so excited to do that. I didn't want to steal your sparkle.
Thank you for not stealing my sparkle.
And I look back at you two, and I'm like, don't ship us. Don't do it. Don't ship us.
I mean, it's like right out of the episode.
I will cancel SpaceFlix right now.
It's like, oh, come on. You always use my account anyway.
Like, I pay for it, but it's your account. Like, it's in your name.
It's like you keep screwing up the algorithm.
Done.
Yeah.
And give me another check to
Let's
catch
go,
the
catch
data.
it, catch it.
Amplify.
Yes.
Yeah, 28.
Nice.
You aren't able to stop, but you were able to get a copy.
And as that's all copying over, she's gonna fuss over Velkeith's injuries.
Sits down. I see the light. I see the light.
Yeah,
It's
that
coming
hurt.
for me. I've never been hurt this much in my life. I'm just kidding.
Really? You hurt that bad? Like, come across the room.
No. Yeah, the doctor like pulling out your like triage bag and stuff. Duck. I can see them. They're all waiting for me on the other side of the shore.
Despite how insightful Zatea is, she freezes for a second when he starts that whole mess.
Mm-hmm.
And a look of sheer panic crosses her face briefly.
Oh.
No, I'm okay.
And then she smacks him.
And then you realize he's full of shit.
Oh yeah,
He's being dramatic. But that did
it
hurt.
did. Well, that was. Seems like these things are getting more and more dangerous the deeper we get into this situation.
Oh, we're most of the way there, so that's good.
That's good. Yeah, I'm just glad we're all here together.
And during the little flirty bit, Tyburn just slowly walked up to the downed automaton and glaring at it, dead face.
It's personal.
Tyburn, are you okay?
Let's finish this mess.
All right. Say no more. I'm gonna take that sword though. That thing hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab the destruction sword.
Yeah, you get Disruptor Blade.
Whoa, very cool. Anyone else want this?
Just a look of absolute disgust.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It will do better in your hand.
Okay.
I think about it, but then it'd look like Cloud Strike, you know?
Yeah.
Could you even swing that thing?
Absolutely not.
I think
I can't pick it up. Strength of 11, so...
Goodness.
So Glorp, do you want to heal your body?
Well, yeah, I could do... You... How are you doing?
I'm okay at the moment. I'm at 156 of 90, or 190, so like, maybe, unless you got like a plethora of spell slots, I just don't want you to like use it now and then not be able to heal later.
I mean...
It's up to you.
You a beefy boy.
I've got a lot of meat on these bones.
Yeah, I've got something close to 20 spell slots left, so...
Oh, okay, then yeah.
You have one
room,
one area left. It would be best to be at full
True.
strength. Heal him, please, Glory.
Yes. Thank you, Glory. And thank you, Zatea.
We don't know what we're walking into, so we may as well give us a chance to walk away.
That's true.
10 plus more.
Nice.
So I'm gonna cast this at 4th level.
Oh, nice.
Mend. 25 plus 6 more, so 31?
That's thank you so much.
You know, I'm good at one thing.
No, you're good at a lot of things. You carry that whole arm for an entire room. That was pretty cool.
You know, I'm still sweating a lot from that. I'm still a little
You
out
want me to
of breath.
carry you?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm still on your back.
Oh.
This whole time.
Where is this voice coming from? Just swinging his axe around.
Just kind of reached around to pat his face for healing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I picture it's just like you just like reach your arms and like hug him.
Aww.
I can't reach around him the whole way.
He's beefy boy.
I'm very glad all four of us are here together. This would be very bad if we were by ourselves.
Yeah, we're very good at things together.
We're a pretty good team.
We're a team for a reason.
That's true. I wonder how the other teams are doing. Probably not as good as we are. We're very good at this.
Shh. Don't say that out loud.
Sorry.
You might jinx it.
You're right. We just hear an explosion from the other side of the wing. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't see wood to knock on anywhere. In space?
Oh no, what are we...
Just knock on Vilket's head.
Yeah. Not a whole lot going on up here. Knock on this.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, there's no... I recognize my part in this team. You three are very smart. But holds his arm up for an arm wrestling match. You got nothing there. It's all right.
So, Zatea, are you gonna look at what information you were able to get?
Yeah.
Give me investigation.
Let's go.
Amplify.
24.
All right.
Pretty good.
I'm getting the hang of how they store information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're able to see, like, they had a lot of details on the different types of technology that they were developing to work in conjunction with their mental manipulation, different kinds of amplifiers and so forth, and notes on where they have been going to get some of this materials, because, like, some of this stuff it's pretty standard, but, like, they need it in larger amounts than would be normal, as well as, like, certain materials that are a lot more controlled, so they've had to go to, like, black market, underground. And you also you spot a couple, like, very rare jobs that were stealing from places that would have required a very experienced hacker to get into. And they were around the time that there were a couple of jobs that you were offered. But you turned them down because something didn't feel right. Either something didn't feel right or something else came up. But they tried a couple of times to hire you to either bring them materials, and it looked like they also wanted to have you on as a programmer with your technical skills.
Wow.
Regardless of incentive required. But they were never... You were hard to find. And they could never get you to take a job.
So she's kind of going over this information, and she just kind of, like, stalls on that for a minute, as a thought has come to her now that the third name of them that they found in these files. I might be paranoid, but I feel we are not here by accident.
What do you mean?
I mean, they have tried to recruit 3 of us prior to now. I nearly... And she's, like, pulling up a list of the jobs that she's, kind of plucked out information. She's like, I nearly took these jobs, and it seems as though they were trying to recruit me for my technical skills as well.
Well, you are very good at what you do. Is that something we should be worried about? Do they maybe know we're coming?
I am worried that we are not here by accident now, so we'll keep your wits about you.
You know a lot about this.
Good to know.
It may simply be that they were casting a wide net, and we are all very skilled in our fields, so it could be coincidence. I don't put much stock in coincidence, however.
I don't believe in coincidences.
I usually try to. It's more fun that way, but you're probably right.
I don't even know what
It
that
would
word
certainly
means.
allow easier sleep. I'll explain it to you later, Val.
Okay.
Oh, one more stop. Can't wait to find your name in it, Val.
that would be wild. This is a very high-tech sciencey place, and I don't know why they would want me, but if I do find my name,
Oh, shush, don't put yourself down. You've got useful skills too, come on.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was just getting after you all about that. It's hard to be alive sometimes.
Better than the alternative.
It's true, yeah. No, honestly. He touches his, gut where he just got mended from the doctor, then touches his face where he got slapped from Vatea. Very confused. Well, if there is something deeper in here, he looks to the rest of the 3 of you and he says, well, if there is something, we'll face it together, no matter what it is. Because we are a team of the Nighthawk. That's what it was. We're the team of the Nighthawk.
Our party name is the support group.
We're all really kind people, and I like it a lot.
The Misfit support group.
The Misfit support group. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but what does our anime theme song sound like?
Ooh. And my first thought would say either Check Yes Juliet or that song. Dear Maria, count me in. I forget there's an actual name for that song. I forget what it is.
I believe that is the name of the song.
Is it a song?
Yeah, for All Time Low, Dear Maria, yeah.
You have been listening to the Liberation of Beacon Station and aboard the Opal Star side story. On the crew of the Nighthawk, we have Ava Rogers as the Taya Skychaser, David Tilstra as Belkith Glory, Danny as Dr. Blurp Stretcher, and Emily Anderson as Tyburn Veery. On the crew of the Eramus Kai, we have Morgan of Mindflayed Mondays as Captain Dovrax Rihu, Michael Schofield as Doval Ailu, Jess as Bryn Lee, and Fennec Foxfire as Starburst. On the crew of the Kitsu Nova, we have Ava Rogers as Raylia Lisinri, Fennec Foxfire as Delphine Gim, and Brian from Dungeons & Pop as Jack Daxter. I hope you have been enjoying the story so far, and